Well, I am late, but it's actually not even my fault. People are late to things a lot of the time. There we go. All right, there we go. Look, footy nerd, Sam. Do you guys understand? Sometimes I can have a little bit of trouble with starting up a stream. I was using the latest stream key from More Cardman, so I thought it was going to work, but I had to reset the stream key. 2 minutes isn't that long of a wait. You don't have to react like that in the chat. It just makes you look impatient, and it's annoying, and it's unnecessary. And try a live stream yourself. See how hard it is. It's going to be a bit more difficult today because this mic that I use, I have to either hold it or like chuck it here or do something. Otherwise, it's not very adjustable tonight because yesterday, if anyone was on that stream or remembers, I recreated the Telstra walk ad, and that took over 5 hours to do. And in the process of doing so, we accidentally, I think it might have been Chris, but one of us accidentally broke the boom arm, so it's maybe just going to be me holding this for tonight, but that's okay. On the stream though, this is something that I've wanted to do for the whole year. I had the idea early before the season started. I want to go through every reaction or react and go through all of the predictions that I made throughout 2025, as opposed to doing it via video format, because I think I did it via video format once. We're going to do it through a stream format, and then we can also go through the tallies, the current score, the leaderboard, go through what the best calls were, what some of the worst calls were. And if you guys have any predictions from before the season, or even if it's not your own, others, then you guys can chuck them through later on in the stream as well. So I wanted to do this, and I wanted to do it tonight. I ask you guys, I'm just going to read the chat actually. We'll forget all the complaining that was put in by the people that I started late or whatever. I'm not going to be doing my predictions for 2026 in a while. I think you've already asked that as well. I'm almost certain you've already asked that question, but if it wasn't you, someone else did. It's too early. You've got to at least wait for the draft to finish, and I like to do mine. I like to have a couple. Obviously, I do it the main ones, but when I do an early one, I like to do that like before Feb's at January normally. So not even earlies are starting yet. It's only October, so I need a bit of patience. How does it take 5 hours? Well, maybe go through the stream if you really want to watch it back and see how it took 5 hours. I've got to go to all the different locations, and you've got to make sure the scenes are done accurately. So it ended up taking 5 hours, all right? If you even were on the stream, you'll know. Didn't Ryder predict the Richmond Freo draw a few years back? Well, we're not going to be going through every single... Actually, wait. We're not going to be going through every single game prediction, like anything like that. We're just going to go through the totals. I know in 2025, I got a 28. So that's the score to beat. And it's not just the score to beat for me. It's the score to beat for anyone watching. I still haven't found anyone that can legitimately give me preseason predictions that were better than a total of 28. So as it stands, that is the best one we've got. We have a few others. So as you can see on the bottom, let me know if the mic is a bit... I'll turn it down a bit. Let me know if the mic is fine. Remember, I am using it differently tonight because of the boom arm. I haven't got one right now. So, early joke, my ones that I did in the stream last year. Then I made the creators. We'll see how they went. Strangers. And I think when I did every single game, I had it a little bit different. So we can maybe go through that as well. You hope it's out soon. Oh, we'll see how long it takes to put together. Perhaps if this stream does okay, I could maybe go through and show you guys the every single take on the stream. But if it's not going to do very well, this live stream, which I'm not sure, then I won't do that. But this will be the last bit of content in relation to any predictions from the start of the year. So hopefully audio's all good and everything's all fine, and we'll start. I need to make sure this mic doesn't do that. Otherwise... you're not going to be able to hear me very well, so I have to leave it there, and I can't move anything. When the fixture gets released, can you do one of those streams where you say what games you might go to on vlog or stream? I mean, probably not anymore, because I just feel like throughout the season, it's probably not going to eventuate. I could guess. But I won't be doing many vlogs this year. Like, really, the only vlogs that you'll see will probably be at the Saints games. Or maybe round 1. Maybe on the second channel, though, a bit differently, though. So, obviously, on this, you got the predictions in 2025. I went through them. If you didn't watch the video, it's been out for like 5 days, so you've had enough time to watch it. I ended up getting a total difference of 28. So, the best call probably was... well, it's weird because Adelaide, a lot of people didn't think Adelaide would even finish in the top 8. I had them 6 and they finished first. I think that was the biggest difference of the whole video. And that was a difference of like 5. Normally I get big ones of like 10 plus, 12, 13. That was only 5. But it was still better in theory than a lot of others. But I think probably the best call was Port Adelaide, having them drop so far and only got off by 1. I'm from Brisbane and I'm in a band. We have a few songs released. One of our best is It's a Joke by the Royals. It'd be sick if you could check it out. Yeah, I'll do another reacting to vids stream soon. And if you're on that, yeah, request it. I'll listen to it. Yeah, no, I'll support someone who's starting up. Well, not even starting up, like a small musician or small band or whatever. Yeah, for sure. That's cool. All right, let's... I don't really know. I mean, we can read some of the comments. I actually wanted to read some of the comments because the thing is, that could be kind of funny looking back at what people said because I'm sure a lot of people would have probably given me a lot of shit. So we'll go and look and read some of the comments and we'll react to some of the comments from the actual video. So let's go and just read them. I guess if you see your name, you see your name. What's chat saying? And I'll get to chat better as well. If you're on the stream yesterday on the Saturday, it was a bit harder to go through the chat, and I want to be better at that with the IRL streams because I want to continue doing them. This guy says, Premiers Port, Rising Star, Sid Draper, Coleman Hogan, Brownlow, Schultz. Surprise AA. I did ask people to put in their surprise All-Australian, so let's actually see if anyone got this right. Premiers, let's see if anyone got Brisbane right. Rising Star was Murphy Reid. Coleman medalist, obviously, was Jeremy Cameron. Brownlow was Matt Rao. I heavily doubt anyone would have got Matt Rao right for Brownlow. And then surprise All-Australian. Let's see if people actually went for someone who was genuinely a surprise or someone that wasn't much of a left field choice. Now, I can't be sure if that's actually edited after the season, but if that is a true prediction, this guy, Dominic, is off to a really good start. He's gone Murphy Reid. Are you doing any big videos in 2026? Yeah, bigger than this year, hopefully. Yes. Premier's Tiger. I'll go through the next one. Hawthorn, Draper. Everyone was big on Draper, and I don't know why people thought Amadi was going to win win a Coleman. AL, he's in the chat. Another one. What the fuck? Sid Draper. Look at this. Sid Draper, Sid Draper, Sid Draper, Sid Draper. I don't remember him being that hyped. Please make a video on second channel. I will. Who are the geniuses who always put Carlton top 4 every year? The whole list is 1 A grade player and 20 plus overpaid C grades. I think Hayden and Cookson both put him in the top 4. We might react to that actually later on in the video, but in the stream. But I think they actually had them both top 4. And I remember I just didn't rate them. They just don't gel together as a team very well. Let's go through some of the other ones. Did anyone nail a proper good surprise AA? Brownlow, or that isn't bad. I mean, Dawson was sort of close. But again, Sid Draper. Did Richmond get 4 wins or 5 wins? If they got 5, I heavily doubt anyone would have probably got that right. Richmond win count 0. Hold out here. Surprise, nah, that wasn't anywhere near correct. But this isn't bad. But again, why Draper? Does anyone have any intake? I know he was sort of overhyped, but how did he even perform in 2025? Like, I'm going to look at how many games did he play? If there was any youngster for Adelaide that really rose in the ranks the last year, it was Curtin. He has skill, but he only played 10 games. And he was a sub in like, you might want me to move. I might have to move this actually. For now, just so you can actually see this. He was the sub in every game except 2. Either was subbed on or subbed off. And I don't think he got a nomination. But I could be wrong. He may have gotten a nomination, but I'm not sure if he did. What's the chat saying? The SA media. But these aren't all SA punters, though. Olison on the ball. Port Adelaide to win the flag. That's the first person I see. What an absolute idiot. All right, this guy is a Port fan. This Port fan has gone Port to beat Collingwood. Houston realised he made a mistake moving. I mean, he kind of did make a mistake in a way. He hadn't... So this guy is a Port player, Port fan, and he went Draper once again. I reckon there's like 7 Draper counts. Lukosius for Coleman's laughable. Having Richmond beat Adelaide's laughable. Whoever this guy is. There hasn't been too many Draper predictions yet that were people on. What were people on? Oh, yeah. I reckon we've seen 7 from these replies. I'm just gonna speed through them a little bit more quickly and find anyone that actually nailed it. Jezza Cameron, there you go. Premier's Lions, there you go. This guy's got 2 on. And D'Ambrosio wasn't really there this year. Sarong. I want to see if anyone got Rao. Battle, that's not bad. He got Battle right. Caleb Daniel was a massive miss. He didn't provide anything for North Melbourne this year. Kako or Bell Allen? I went Kako. Sanders. So only one person went Murphy Reid. Will Ashcroft will probably get an All-Australian next year. Someone says bro is dropping off. If you're talking about me, I don't really give a shit, mate. Like, it is the off-season. Premiers Carlton, Rising Star Lawler. Actually, why is it not showing the view count on the stream? Let me just post it again. Give me a sec. I'll paste it in the stream. I don't know why it's not showing. Oh, I put the wrong link in. There you go. All right. Any other hidden gem predictions from anyone in the comments here? Do you like my prediction, Carman? What was his prediction? I'm a Crows fan in round 3 currently. Hawthorn v Giants, but Premiers... That's a very good prediction. He actually went Murphy Reid there. Coleman, Rory from Giants. Who's Rory from Giants? Surprise, Crows will come 3rd. Fuck, that's actually better than everyone else's prediction. I'm hearting that. I'm just going to go through them real quick, and then we'll react to a couple more videos in like 5 or 10 minutes. I'm just going through some of the comments, looking for some really shit takes. Naz, that's a good take. Dan Curtin's a good take as well. Almost 3 correct on the dot there. Wouldn't be surprised if Brisbane win 3-peat. Yeah, I think that they're going to be my pick to win the flag. If I'm going early calls, if you were like right now, who will win the flag? Yeah, you give me Brisbane. Yeah, give me Brisbane. They'll even if they don't finish top 4, like, you know that they're going to be just in and around the mark. They're going to be up there. I just read that to 2 months ago. Okay, there you go. All right, forget that then. I want to see people giving me shit for predictions that I got right. To look back on and go, a big screw you. KJ says, Essendon will improve on last year. They removed some list cloggers and oxygen thieves. Depth is finally looking good. I disagree massively that depth is looking good. The depth was hugely tested, but and will allow them to play out a full season regardless of injuries and will result in less burnout. They literally weren't fit enough to play that level for an entire season. This guy was certainly wrong. They were very overhyped heading into this year in pre-season. And then they started okay. I don't know if I want to go through every single comment because there are going to be a lot here. Good usual. Awesome predictions. Thank you. Well, I was right. He was right. Kako. I'll take Melbourne at 16th. Fully agree with the Hawthorn tip. I wouldn't overrate us, but we are probably too good to miss the 8. You know, he's nailed that. Georgia and Andy come at the exact same time. Hello. If you've joined, let's hit the like button. We got some good likes last stream, actually, despite lower views. So let's get high views, high likes. Another rising star, Sid Draper. I don't remember him being that highly rated at all. I want to see people giving me shit. No one's really giving me shit. I normally get given a lot of crap. I feel like this will be this. Yeah, no, it was. I think you're on the money with some of these predictions. If Collingwood, yeah, people are like agreeing with me. Can't wait for the unofficial ladder predictions. Hopefully they're better. Piss off, Will. They were good. St Kilda, Essendon, Richmond, West Coast, and North are locked into bottom 5. Well, you got 4 of them right. St Kilda though, nah. Geelong. Holmes isn't a terrible shout. I mean, he didn't even get an All-Australian. He probably should have been All-Australian. And he got Richmond's win count. No one expected Crows to be... Oh, that was 1 month ago. So just going through all of these comments from the video, and I'm surprised with the lack of shit. A lot of people were pretty unhappy with me putting the Blues a little bit low, and especially Port Adelaide. Because I remember Port Adelaide in 2025 in the preseason, they beat us by like 54 points. And everyone... I released this video like maybe an hour or two before the game. And all it was... You think Port are going to become 14th. We are versing St Kilda right now and demolishing them. Saints are pure garbage. Crom going to smash my 10 goals in a round. To be fair, they were right. But it was pre-season. And it ended up not eventuating at all. Port Adelaide finished lower than us. Again, spot Port with Saints. A lot of Port Adelaide fans weren't happy. Hopefully yesterday's stream was worth it in the end. It should be. I haven't put the clips together fully yet, but I'm looking forward to edit that. Maybe tomorrow, if you're a member watching. I know B's a member who chats a lot. I might edit that live and then get the finished product out on Tuesday, because I think it's going to actually end up being all right. We put a lot of effort into doing the whole recreation. It was just a bit of a shame that it didn't feel like it reached as many people. So hopefully the next RL stream does. Lots of comments here. Lots of comments. Carlton is not finishing 10th. Like what? And I bet you this guy's a Carlton fan, even though they finished lower. But yeah, no, a lot of Carlton won't miss. They have such an easy fixture they can't miss. Yep, well, they started off with Richmond and lost. Eagles John, thank you. Good ladder predictions. You know you've done all right when Eagles John's saying that you've done well. I wish I announced my full prediction so you could react, but I just did top 8. I could see them if you wanted me to, but it is better off if you did a full one. So definitely do a full one next year. I'll do a full one like I've done in the last like 5 or 6. I think I've done these since 2020. And I would have done them in 2019. Like everyone, I feel like if there's a video that any football creator will end up releasing, it is going to be footy ladder predictions. Even if you like haven't posted in like 5 months, you come back with this and then you leave. This is going to age like milk. Yeah, look, so I did release them, and after the first week of preseason, it didn't look, again with Port Adelaide call, a few others, it didn't look great. It certainly aged a lot better than milk, more so wine, fine wine. Because again, I haven't found a single video or even article with anyone even getting close to me. So I'll be interested to see if we find that later in the stream. You really hate Carlton. They're not finishing 10th. We're finishing the top 8. This is just the fucking... this is just Carlton fans in a nutshell. Carlton fans are the most stupid of profile pictures and bloody channel names. P. Diddler. And doesn't realise that Carlton are severely overrated. I'm making an early prediction. Giants will fall out of the 8. I think they might as well. I remember someone said to me they were locked to finish in the top 8. I forgot who it was the other day, but I don't think they're a lock. I'd still probably have them in there. You normally have them in there because they normally find a way to find top 8 position. But I don't know. I wouldn't be surprised. Carlton are going to be so arsed for 10. Yeah, I didn't think their off-season was terrible, though. I think they almost got better. Like, people are going to just say they got worse because they lost big names. But I think who they got in, as well as draft picks, almost might be replaceable. And they've got better depth now. And, like, Hayward's a really good acquisition. So, I don't know. I'm not having them rise too much, though. So, I wouldn't have them rise heaps. But it's Carlton, so who knows? Yeah, look, we're not going to be reacting to too many more comments, but I'm just going through to see any really shit takes here. Hawthorn will make it higher than Adelaide. Well, you're not right. Are you a fortune teller, bro? No. Again, I nailed that one. Hawthorn finished I think they finished 8th. Do you think Darwin will get a team next year? No, I don't think they're getting a team next year. What sort of a question is that? Do you think they'll be the 20th team? Is that what you're trying to ask? And I don't think they'll be the 20th team. I think logistically it's not going to work. Melbourne are going to finish 7th. You underestimate the Crom. Yeah, but most wouldn't have had them 6th. Collingwood, Freo, Carlton. 10th. Adelaide, yeah, not great. Adelaide will finish bottom 4 again. Well, you're wrong. And I don't get why people think I'm biased because I have St Kilda 11th. I had them fucking 11th. I forgot I replied saying that. Yeah, I'm not Scoops. I don't have them 6th. What do people even see in Carlton, though? They're a big Victorian side. And I reckon the fact that they're giving so many of these easy games and really so many of these primetime fixtures might have even a little bit to do with it as well. So keep fucking scrolling down. I actually didn't realize how many we got. This guy says, I do not agree with your prediction on Port. I know this will sound biased, but I think we'll finish 4th and win the premiership. You're going to get so much hate in the replies after saying that. It'll be hard, but I think our forward line will be incredible this year, and our midfield will go great like always. I think this is our last chance to win a premiership for a couple of years, and I want Travis Boak to finally get well, he didn't get one. Unfortunately, mate. I would say there is close to 0 chance of this happening. Defense is woeful and 4-line DAC. Exactly. I don't think we'll start off strong with all our injuries, but it's footy. You never know what's going to happen. I kind of want to reply, actually, saying, how did that one work out, buddy? He will give me a lot of shit if I did that. Richie Burnett is back. How did that one work out? But yeah, let's do it. How did that one work out, buddy? I know it's 7 months later than a track. He probably forgot he commented that. Did any creators have astoundingly shit predictions this year that you want me to watch? I see Chris did there's not his video, but I know Chris did one. Maybe his one was bad. Sucks seeing 2 of the biggest clubs at the bottom. AFL's a lot more exciting when the big clubs are winning. I do agree with that. And I guess if you call Richmond, Essendon... I mean, really, in 2025, a lot of the big clubs didn't make finals. Richmond, Essendon, and Carlton. You just hate Port because you can't beat us. Well, we beat you this year, mate. Saints are bottom 4 all day. Yeah, a lot of people thought we were a lock to finish bottom 4. Saints will drop down a couple of pegs. And now everyone's... thinking that we're going to finish top 8. Richmond beat Saints. No, they won't. Collingwood, Geelong, Hawthorn, Brisbane, Gold Coast. But this guy edited it, so I'm not even going to read that. Demons 16th. Well, again, I wasn't far off with that one. Do you hate Carlton? Yeah, exactly. I was right. You're dreaming, mate. Blues finished 8th. So, okay, that is the full amount of comments. There was a lot. I started the video, and I remember I said that Carlton finished 18th as a joke, and there were actually some idiot Carlton fans that commented before just maybe skipping forward a little bit to see that I actually had Richmond 18th. So, we will fill in the blanks, but that is the first one we were going to go through. I'm not going to go through the comments of any more, so don't worry. What's chat saying? Caden and Cookson had some howlers. Yeah, I wonder what score they got, because they don't do the score system, do they? These are my early ladder predictions. I want to see how bad I was with these. Maybe I wasn't so bad, but I kind of feel like I was. So we're just going to quickly go through, because I don't really remember exactly how I went with this. Kind of like my early take on how I feel the clubs are going to go ahead of the season. It's not really official. Things are going to change I'd be heavily surprised if I got more than 40. All right, so Richmond at 18th. Let's go through this in order with points and all that shit. So let's go Richmond in 18th, a score of 1 because they finished 17th. We've got a few to get through, so I don't think we're going to be going in every prediction in too much detail. Now, West Coast 17th. That's what I had in real life as well. Then I had Essendon in 16th. They finished, I think they finished 15th. So that's a solid start. That's 3. Port fans are insufferable. I know you hate Port. They're one of the worst fan bases in the league. 100%. 15th, Melbourne. Shit, we're actually starting better than than the real ones. Where did Melbourne finish? Where did Melbourne finish? They finished 14th. Okay, that's a good start. 14th, North. A little bit worse. 4. So this has to be the year now. I don't think you can give any excuse to North Melbourne anymore. They're not even that young. They're still a young side, clearly, but they're not as young as we all are making them out to be. I mean, North fans are probably sick of hearing this word, hope. Hope, hope, hope. They're probably sick and tired of hearing that 50. So that's 2. They're the worst, says Blake. I could actually consider ranking fan bases again. Oh, that's bad. All right, we found a bad one. We found a really bad one. I had Suns 9th. Why the hell did I have them 13th? This is in January. I want to hear my reasoning because I don't remember making this video. Always finished bottom 2.
This is bad.
So disappointing. Alrighty, in 13th position, I have the Gold Coast Suns. Right now, to be honest, I've sort of given up on constantly backing Gold Coast the last couple of years. I think I had them in my 8 in the last.
I did have them 8 last year.
Last 2 early ladder predictions videos, and right now, it's not going to happen unless I.
Melbourne finished 14th. Yeah, I got it right. I got it off by 1. But Gold Coast finished. They finished 7th. So that's the add 6 to this. So I don't think 28's beatable now.
Actually see it happen in real life. So they finished, what, 13th last...
Well, I remember making it, but I don't remember like why I had Gold Coast in it, if you know what I mean. I do remember making it.
Last year, I think they're going to be around the same mark at the moment because they continuously fail to meet expectations. 13th last year with such an easy draw, but away from home where the struggles happen. And if they don't address that, they're just not going to see any improvement.
Gold Coast finished top 4, I reckon, yeah.
Rioli and Noble, they should help alongside the likes of Collins and Ballard down back. But because we haven't seen nothing from the Suns in the last 14 years...
I can understand why
I'm just
didn't have faith.
For the Suns for now. They were disappointing in the last few years.
So I had Carlton 12th here, and my normal ones I had him 11th. So add another 2. I had him properly dropping, and at one stage this is looking really good. All right, I'm only going to go through the reasoning if I think it's a howler call. If I'm like, what the fuck did I do this for? Let's go 11th.
See what happened. Let down in the grand final.
Okay, that's better than what I had him normally. So only once. 1 off. I had them 9th. No, I had them 8th, sorry, in my real ones. I had them 11th here. That was definitely my worst one, says Ale. I had them 13th, but I changed to 9th. So, I'm okay with that. But I had this originally 8th. Originally 11th, changed to 8th. So 10th. Fair enough. I had them 10th here, 11th in my real ones. Let's hear my reasoning.
Spot, and I'm going to put in St Kilda for
I have to add 2 more to that.
A lot of people are asking me and have been asking me where I see the Saints performing in 2025.
Like Gold Coast fixture was so easy to start.
To be honest with you, I've got absolutely no idea. I just don't. With
the even Saints, even last year as well. Both years, they kind of just gifted.
6 to 12, because over the last 5 years, it seems to be.
So this is interesting. In 2020, we finished 6th. In 2021, we finished 10th. You can't see the full screen here. In 2024, we finished 12th. In 2023, we finished 6th. And in 2025, we were 12th again. So it's kind of a guarantee almost that, like, even if we rise next year, it probably won't be any higher than 6th. It probably will still carry on for 2026.
There you go. Consistent.
We just can't make that push upwards, and we just haven't. We lost Battle. He was a really important player for us last year. We're going to need to probably replace.
Hopefully, Clash Saga.
I think with the Saints, their kind of main component is their defense, and I don't know. It's just hard to see that much of a rise in St Kilda, considering the off season was a little bit dull. I know they brought in Jack McRae, but I don't think that's enough. That's not going to be.
It wasn't enough
for me to put them having that elevation to finish top 4. I think Saints, they're capable certainly of making finals. It's just whether or not they'll do any damage in the finals. And
yeah, even if we made it, we wouldn't have done damage. Not in this season.
Excited, but they're also very capable of being a side that could finish bottom 4. Really, really mediocre at times and make you fall asleep.
I will be. I will.
Such a hard side to watch at times. No side wants to finish 9th.
Fuck!
Got right now are the.
I'm pissed off that I didn't have him in the 8. I actually thought I'd make. Well, that just completely ruins it, didn't it? Shit. 26 now I'm on. Oh, this, wait. Move that. I guess I'm happy that I had him a little bit higher than my real ones.
Adelaide Crows, and I'm liking the position the Crows are at the moment. I know they had a poor season in 2024. You know, a lot of people thought they were going to rise that year and really make the next step and finish. I said 3rd, which is stupid because they finished 15th. But I think they're going to be in genuine finals contention again this year. They had a really good off-season, probably one of the best of any club. Bring in Neil Bullen, who finished 3rd for the D's in their best and first last year. He's going to bolster that midfield group that the Crows are probably looking to just, top up a little bit.
Here is me just talking out of my ass now.
He's a great player off half-back, and Peatling had a good season for the Giants. I'm liking the look of him. So all three
what would be
players
cool
will
would
make
be a
immediate
GF.
I like Phil Thorne's return last year to finish
Oh, yeah.
the year. His form was pretty good after injury. He looks strong and fit. And I'm going to say this right now. He could be a smoky for the Coleman.
Yeah, right. Okay, I said that in my other ladder predictions as well. All right, so 9th, Crows. Let's move to the top 8. We're on 26 points.
You need to make finals, my friend. Otherwise, you might
Do we get under 50? Let's see.
be out the door in 2026. So we move now into the top 8.
Dogs in the 8. That's actually better. That's better than my last one. Dogs off by 1. They finished 9th. How was Thailand? Yeah, good. I still have to put the vlog out for that, don't I? The longer I wait, I guess the longer it'll be till it's out. So hopefully it won't take as long. Wow. So I really... Why did I have Port Adelaide from 7th to 14th in a span of a month and a half? I would have just changed completely on my mindset on the power here. So they finished 13th this year. Let's add another 6. All right, this is not as... I didn't think it was going to be great, but not as good as I thought. Shit. Like, strong start. Let's get rid of this... I'm going to get rid of this Excel thing on the right for now. So you can see the full screen. Just give me a sec. Worst score by far. Suns one's bad as well. Probably equal on par with that one, with the Suns.
They seem to always do enough to play finals consistently year on year. They seem to always be in the finals, and as of late, top 4 even. Normally seem to be a really strong home and away side.
Well, guess what we reckon we'll get in the comments. We're on 33 after with 6 more to go. What are we going to get?
Absolutely nothing. They just let Geelong walk over them in a home final. They beat the Hawks, and then they were poor against the Swans. They should have lost that game by probably 9-10 goals. So I just hard to see where Port Adelaide are at after that. Haven't improved their list at all, to be honest with you. I mean, they're going to miss Houston's drive of halfback. He was their best player probably over the last few seasons. What is Radagalier providing
48
there? What's Marshall providing?
Place your guesses. 48 are here.
Enough scoring output from those plays. They're a talented side, particularly their midfield, but I don't know. Will that be enough for them to win them enough games in 2025? Probably. I think having them in the 8 at the moment is a safe call, but it wouldn't be surprising to see the power drop out fully. And a lot of people are seeing that. I've seen some predictions saying Port could finish as low as 13th, 14th.
13th, 14th. And I actually did that. And it paid off. All right, Pies in 6th. So we add 2 to that. I still had him rising, which is good. But not quite to the level I had him in the original video in 4th. Let's go to 5th now. GWS. There you go. On the money. So I had them 5th in the real ones and 5th in my early ones. I really don't want to get that number, Blake, for any of these ones. Which I don't think I will. Maybe. I don't know. Freo in 4th. Better than having them in 2nd. add another 2. Let's just speed run through these ones. I had the Lions in 3rd, and they finished 3rd. That's great. Let's go to 2nd. Fucking hell. Hawthorn. Fuck. That's sort of bad. Man, I thought I was one not to get too hyped with the Hawks this year. So what's that? That's 6. Different to 6. Let's hear this.
I expect once again Brisbane, they'll be up and amongst it again in 2025. They should at the moment. Okay, for the top 2, second spot, I've got Hawthorn. Perhaps one of the most overhyped sides heading into 2025, or in really any year, to be honest with you. But with the way they finished last year, you can't deny why that's the case. And they've even got better as a side over the off-season, addressing their needs to just really strengthen that defence that they probably had a bit of a weakness, especially at the start of last year. Obviously, Barras, we know how good he has been at the Eagles. And then Battle, he's recently emerged as one of the better intercept defenders in the league. Hawthorn right now, they've got everything going, I feel like, with the way they finished last year with such good form. Should have beat Port. Could have beat Sydney, could have gone all the way. But there is that possibility that maybe that hype is a little bit too much and they might find a little bit of a reality check in 2025. I can see that potentially happening. I don't think I'm going to
44.
Second position for my...
It will be 44, yep.
But Hawthorn and second,
but you said...
It really is.
You said did you say 48? Yeah, you did.
Why they performed so well to finish off the year, they were riding all that momentum. Will that happen again? Potentially not, but I think they're going to be a bit more of a mature side and they're going to be more consistent because they started 0-5 last year, the Hawks, and
were they more consistent? Yeah, they probably were. Yeah,
they can't
good call, I guess.
Again, if they want to finish in the top 4, and that just their.
All right, yeah. Cats first. Did I do anything else, or was that just it? I'm just trying to go through the end of the video. No, I just went to the ladder. All right. Well, that ranks second. So I ended up getting 44 there. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 44 for my early calls. So I that's a great rise. From 44 to 28, you know, I could have changed the ladder positions around the other way around and got 62 or 60, which that would have been. All right, let's move to the next one. I think the next one is... I know I did the joke predictions. I want to react to that to see how bad that was. So look at 100. Yeah, no one guessed 44. Let's get the Excel spreadsheet back up. I'd actually probably don't even need to add the differences between that anymore. I thought it was worth it, but it'll just take too much time, so we'll just leave it. Okay, let's move on to... Which one's this? This was a good video. Yeah, this was one of my favorite ones, actually, that I put out this year. I'll do it again. I might as well just watch the whole thing back, I guess. Yeah, I'll probably just watch the video. And then as we go along, we'll tick away the score. So the score to beat's 28. We're not going to get I know we're not going to get anywhere close, but we'll see if we get more than like a 70 or an 80. What's the number we're thinking in our heads before the start? I'm gonna go 6. You know what? It could honestly be 6-7, but I don't think it will be. I'm gonna go 81. Let's go 81. That's my guess. Put a number. Mine's 81. 81, but I do want to watch the video for what it is because I did enjoy putting it together. Yeah, no, I certainly did enjoy putting it together. I will actually, you know what I'll do? With the Excel thing on the right, I'm going to crop it a little bit. Shit, that's the wrong crop. Crop it here. There we go. So you get the whole screen. All right, I don't want to pause it too much. Let's play it. I don't think I've watched this since it came out. Like, obviously, I had to watch bits and pieces of it so I could edit a couple of clips later in the year when I did that. But since then, I haven't watched the whole video. I'll change the quality to 1080p. But this was a good one. So we'll do it again next year.
We're doing awards, medalists, and also finals. So I think it's going to be interesting, a little bit different to probably how my ladder predictions have been going. But
I know we get off to a terrible start, so I think 62 might be a bit low. Turn it down a bit. Southland. If I did it next year, where should I go?
18th
I wanted to do
position.
the city
Who do we have
originally.
right here?
Ashley, Claudia, Olivia.
Now you guys have the very exclusive 18th pick. What did you guys get for starters?
Okay, so
We were dragging this on to make it 8 minutes. Yeah, 18th is last. We need all of you.
Make it 8 minutes. It ended up being like a 14, 15 minute video.
He's me Collingwood too.
So I knew this was going to be a bad start when we
I thought you guys
when we
were
had
gonna be
Collingwood in
more than
18th. So we're already on 14.
Then why Collingwood? Why?
Collingwood's shit.
High Point. Where the fuck's High Point? Is that north?
Very important 17th. Who do you guys reckon's going to finish 17th?
Probably Richmond.
Yeah, Richmond only played.
Should have been 8.
Richmond Central. Oh, spot on.
Questionable Collingwood.
We're spot on. Holy shit.
18th, but
They wanted to put him 18th, but they're spot on.
they're just shocking. Absolutely shocking.
We've moved to 16th position. We've got Collingwood at 18th,
North.
17th Richmond.
North.
You guys going to
North.
figure out together
North.
who you guys think will finish 16th?
I reckon West Coast.
What about you guys? You got to make a collective decision.
The Suns.
Don't be the Suns.
Melbourne.
Be north. Be north.
So
Be
you guys
north.
have to figure out between yourselves who's going to finish 16th. North v West Coast. North v
Come
West
on.
Coast. Pretty fair.
Well, I know it will be north because I know West Coast finish higher.
There we go.
Alright, so it's North Melbourne.
North Melbourne.
So we've gone from the worst call to
There we go,
two
North
back-to-back.
Melbourne 16th. Lovely.
Great
So we've
calls.
already knocked off 3.
But it gets worse from here.
16th and 17th.
Someone said
I don't know
Eastland.
what those girls were smoking to put
Eastland.
Collingwood 18th. They're my flag.
I don't go to
Who's
Eastland
finishing
often enough, but yeah, maybe.
Giants.
You guys are all going to have to pick one.
St Kilda. I know you're.
I don't think that girl knew if Collingwood would be good or not. She probably just hated Collingwood. Maybe she was a Carlton fan.
Yeah, I like the call.
Fuck, Freo. That is
What are we- what are we
9 off.
thinking?
St Kilda.
You put it in if
And
you
St
want,
Kilda, I guess isn't too bad, is
It's a
it?
matter of time.
They finished
It's a
12th.
matter of time, I guess.
Add another
Being
2.
sent by someone's mates. He's running away.
We're on 25.
He's running away.
Bad start.
Quick video. Who do you reckon's going to finish 13th on the ladder? Anyone but Geelong.
Giants.
Yeah, solid.
The Giants finished
shocking.
6th. No, they finished 5th, didn't they? That's 8th.
Why do you reckon the Giants are going to be so shit?
Because I
Might hit the ton here.
Yeah, fair enough. Who do you reckon's going to finish 12th on the ladder this year?
Let's do the Hawks.
Fuck, we are in trouble.
Chuck it above
They
the
did
Hawks.
finish
So
8th.
cool.
We're going to have to
Who do
add
you reckon are
4.
gonna be so bad?
I don't think it's going to be so bad. It's like sort of in the middle there. So yeah.
It's middle of the road.
Who are we going to go to 11th?
It was a good one, Andy. I loved it.
That's pretty solid.
Suns 11th. They finished 7th. Add another 4. We're on 41.
Any reasoning why they're going to finish 11th, or you just reckon?
I just reckon I want Essendon to finish higher up.
Yeah, that's solid. Very good.
They might get a 8 at this
Yeah, well,
rate.
yeah.
We're down to the top 10, a couple more for the top 8.
People are saying
Which is
Saints to do
surprising.
because we will.
West
We
Coast
we
still
will.
They should have been 17th, but we've got like the
All right. So who's still left?
Hawthorn, Collingwood.
West Coast is still in. Bulldogs, I guess. Yeah. Melbourne. We really could get 100 here. I don't think we'll get 100. I think we'll get more than 70. I think 81 could be a chance.
Freo, all sides are having my top 6 in the bottom 7. So I don't know.
Saints will do good next year.
I'm not the biggest fan of this ladder prediction so far, but I'm not doing it. Who knows? Maybe this will be accurate. We're doing footy predictions, and we've come to 10th place. Who do we reckon? Got a few options left.
Probably them, yeah.
Melbourne.
Melbourne. All right. At least they're off the board.
No.
Something about teams that are 4 placements away in this video.
I don't think they'll do great this year. What about you?
I don't know.
That kid
know
probably
much about
doesn't even
footy,
watch
though.
footy.
Nope.
More of a soccer sort of person?
Who do you reckon's going to finish 9th on the ladder?
This is the last one for the top 8 to choose wisely.
I wonder if
A lot
I
of
did this
fans
for like
are
the
gonna be
Premier League,
erring on
if
predictions
the
here.
video would flop or
A lot of
not.
pressure.
Probably.
Who do we think's gonna be 9?
Where are your Premier League fans watching?
Come on. Geelong.
Yeah, no.
So it really should have been Geelong, but Lockie, if he wasn't in the video, it would have been Geelong. But of course, he made their mind, changed their mind to pick something else.
Mutual decision. Who do you guys reckon?
Imagine if I was,
Let him discuss.
if
let him
instead of
discuss.
being Blaze 7 out was Blaze
Okay. Who do we think is gonna?
67 says Blake.
No, don't do Geelong. So you go for Geelong.
Leave that there, mate.
Yeah, Essendon. Yeah, I think we'll do Essendon. Yeah.
Essendon.
Okay, I think
Still
we're gonna
bad,
be
but
decided on
it's
Essendon.
good that they're off the board. Hit 50 already.
Why is Melbourne 10th?
They should be lower.
No.
Yes, they should.
No.
They should be lower.
The bottom 10 has been revealed I'm not really happy with it. A little bit surprising. What do you reckon?
Yeah, a few surprises in there.
But we've got Adelaide, Brisbane, Carlton, Geelong, Port Adelaide, Sydney, West Coast. West Coast are making finals.
How many of those teams actually ended up making the 8?
We're going to be doing some award predictions next.
Most didn't. Like West Coast didn't, Bulldogs didn't, Carlton, Port didn't, Sydney didn't. Only 2 of those sides didn't make the 8. That's terrible. That's really bad. 3 says AL. Only 2 that I count. Adelaide and Geelong. Port didn't make it. Carlton didn't. Oh, Brisbane. I didn't even see fucking Brisbane. All right. Yeah, Brisbane. Why did I not see Brisbane?
But after that, we'll go move to the top 8 to see what the ladder's looking like.
So as you can see, there's a selection of options to pick from the Coleman, the Brownlow, and the Rising Star. Hopefully no one.
Oh, I forgot I did this.
Trap options though.
Award time. We're starting off with.
I don't think anyone got them right.
Rising Stars.
I'm gonna go 4. It's a tough one.
This was.
Did Murphy? I didn't even put in Murphy Reed. Wow. That's how much of an underdog he would have been heading into the year. I didn't even put him in. This was like a week before the start of the season. So I chucked in Jagger Smith, even though I knew he wasn't going to win it. Ashcroft, is that Sid Draper, I think? Or is that Curtin? I don't know. O'Sullivan. Who the fuck is that? Caddy, Mundy, Taru, Bo Allen, Lawler. Mundy's there just as a booby trap option because it would have been funny if someone did pick Mundy.
Like a month ago.
But this guy wasn't going to pick Mundy. I couldn't even see the photo, what team that was. Yeah, that might have been... I just couldn't see the photo. Ashcroft.
Look, I know footy, but this player Levi Ashcroft, I reckon, yeah.
No, I agree. That's a good call. I think that's going to happen.
That's a good call.
Yeah, that's a good call.
Yeah, really good call.
All right, let's do Coleman medalists. What do you reckon?
I don't think I had Kako there either.
Jesse Hogan.
Jesse Hogan, that one there?
Yeah.
Jesse Hogan, don't mind that white.
I had Shrey and Checkers. Thankfully, they didn't pick any of those. So the options I had were fair options, but they didn't pick Comer and they picked Hogan. So 2 wrong.
Is that
Just a gun, bro.
just a gun?
David Mundy's retired. What were you thinking?
That'll be the most goals in like 15
He's taking
years,
the piss, Luke.
Which one is going to win the Brownlow? Just pick a random
Clearly.
one. Point to a random one.
This person could have easily picked me because this guy definitely didn't know what he was doing. I don't even know how we got the guy from the sushi place to even pick.
That one. Chad Warner.
All right, so Chad Warner was a very shit call. That might be the... Look, let's think here. Which was the worst call of the video from this 3? Would have been Warner, right? Then probably Hogan. Then Ashcroft was probably the best. Ashcroft finished top 4, did he? I don't remember the final top 5 was. I know Ashcroft was there and about. Did he get 21 votes? Well, then maybe it didn't seem as bad as it looks on paper. It definitely was a lot worse on paper from the season he had.
Okay, we sort of have to half-pass that last one, to be honest. Chad Warner could win the Brownlow. You probably would have seen some of the other options. Let's just have a look. Tom Green's injured. Bond's
Did
injured.
Warner 21 votes actually get the most for the Swans?
Do you want to do a ladder prediction or not? Yeah.
This guy was a really good
Let's
bloke.
do it. Eighth position.
And I'm surprised he even
I don't know. Give him 8.
A, agreed to do this, but B, agreed to give us what was eventually a free fucking juice.
I agree.
So shout out to Boost Southland, whoever this guy is. So West Coast finished 8th. It's not even this guy's fault for picking them there. It's because they were still on the board. But we have to add another 10 actually for that. But it could have maybe been worse. 61. Levi came 3rd and Heaney got 17. So yeah, so Chad Warner finished 1st. Surprising. He had some decent games, but for the most part, he wasn't a player that deserved to be leading their votes. That just goes to show their season, the Swans. Wasn't a great one. So I wasn't expecting him to say yes. I'm like, nah, you don't have to do it. But he bloody did it. So there you go. 7th. Who got 7th? Trying to remember.
Genuinely, best
Could have been Adelaide.
Best Cats I've ever met.
Fucking hell, this place is shit.
Yeah, I think it was Adelaide. We were trying to get people for the next 10 minutes, and people just people kept saying no.
You good? This is so dead.
He made his decision after he heard the username that he didn't want to be interviewed.
You guys want in the video?
Yeah, I was going around. The guy was like, yeah, what's the channel name? And then he said no. So he said yes. And then he asked the channel name. And then he said no. Who makes a decision based off the channel name? Maybe I should change my channel name. I probably could. Luke Wright, Carlton 7th, someone says. Oh, Luke Wright says Carlton got 7th. No, it wasn't. It was Adelaide.
We're doing
I just
ladder
skipped ahead there.
AFL. Even if you know nothing about AFL, it makes it funnier.
Big fan, Carlton fan, mate.
All right, well, you're
He went for Carlton.
Put Carlton 7th because you're predicting who's finishing 7th.
Not
Bloke
a chance.
actually
Who's
went for
finishing
Carlton.
7th? Oh, I might go the Crom, Adelaide.
Crom?
Yeah, I reckon they'll be all right. They've been building for a few years now.
They finished first, so let's add another 6.
Send you to my brother.
Okay. It does, mate. Just pick a team.
I'm not going to say the score.
Anyone. Brisbane? Okay, Brisbane. Brisbane 6.
Brisbane 6.
Thank you. Who's going to finish 5th?
That was really
Just on the
awkward
top
having
4.
that clip being filmed. Brisbane finished
Carlton?
6th, so that's not too
Chuck
bad.
it on the top. I don't
But
mind
this
that.
is bad. So we could be on it for 100. Fuck. 5th. Let's add another 6. 76. We are on 76 now. Do North or West Coast even rise that much next year? I don't know if West Coast won't. Everyone says North will, but why? On what basis? So I don't think North will either. They might finish 15th.
I rate that a lot. Why do you reckon they're going to finish 5th?
Because I just saw it the first one. So
That very respectable. Who do you go for?
Richmond.
It could be a date. All right, we're going to go crash someone's date. For the top 4, who do you reckon's going to finish
Should have
4th?
filmed the
Top
next
4,
year's
it's very
edition of
important.
this in Thailand.
I'll let you put the sticker on the team.
It's too early, and also it's like... Well, actually, it depends on who you get, because there are actually a lot of Aussies in Thailand. I was considering like maybe doing something like that, like ladder predictions in another country. If I go in overseas next year in the off season, might consider it. But it's tough if they don't even understand the language. Now Thailand, a lot of Thais do understand English.
Maybe Geelong or Port.
But it would have just been a full fucking video of people just guessing. So I don't know if that's YouTube worthy. He's going to get 92, Andy reckons. Well, you might know if you've watched this. 4th Port.
They got like the, I don't know, game plan.
This isn't a date, is it?
At this point in the video, these people
Chugga,
could
chugga, big red
like just be
car.
only putting them in because they're the only teams
Travel here,
left.
we
Like
travel far.
85 now are on.
Hey mate,
I've got to score a 40 this year.
Come walk around. Who do you guys reckon's going to finish?
Nah,
third
it's
on
not
the ladder?
mid this year. It's better than average. It is better than average this year.
I love Essendon. Essendon's got a good chance.
It's not bad.
Someone without a sticker.
Nah, but like Sydney.
North did shit in the trade.
Sydney, Western Bulldogs. Western Bulldogs. Are
They
gonna
didn't do
finish-
anything in the trade periods. People think that was a fake. If anyone thinks that's fake, I actually didn't do that on purpose. Why would I want to do that in the middle of
Sydney, they had a
Southland?
good run last year, so I think they can redo it. Have a good run this year as well. So I reckon they're going to.
Greg Page had a heart attack 5 years. Yeah, but he's not dead though.
On the big
It's a
red
very
car.
random stat, but he's not dead.
RD.
Sydney 3rd. Oh, look, we are looking
So you
like
can see how
100.
nicely all the others are written.
We could really get 100. Sydney finished 9th. Let's add it 6 to the tally. And we're in the nervous 90s.
Down, and then you just look at 3rd. So as you can see, OPSM, we have 2 teams left.
Filmed
The
out to
Bulldogs
OPSM.
make it to the top 2, and so do the Cats.
Sydney finished 10th. Oh, they finished 10th. Well, I've got to add another one
Top
then.
2, there's 2 teams to go.
Wait, no.
Bulldogs and Cats. These
Fuck,
guys
what have I done? What was I on before? I've got to like check on my phone actually. What was I on before? For whatever reason, I feel like always Sydney finished 9th. I keep thinking Sydney finished 9th for some reason. I'll just check my own. I'll just click on the stream. And I'll have a look. If it'll let me actually do that. It will let me do that. So what was I on before? 85. And they finished 3rd. Alright, so just, 92. You should be on 91 right now. No, but 92 is the right score. Luke's the only one that actually gave me the right answer, and Anth Salini. 85 I was on before I put the tally for Sydney, and they finished 3rd on this, and in real life they finished 10th. So you add 7, so we're on the right score. So we're on 92, and I think we're getting 100 now because Bulldogs haven't even been done yet.
Found us again. I'll give you the pen, and you're going to predict who finishes second, and then you might as well predict who finishes first as well.
It's either
Okay.
or the dogs.
Bob Jacobs, is that your crush?
Bulldogs are going to finish second. Do I write it?
Up here.
Up here.
That's good handwriting.
I'm just looking at the mighty
Good handwriting, my ass.
First on the
99.
We're heading
Bulldogs.
to finals now, as you can see. The top 8.
Shit, we ended at 100.
First, second, the Bulldogs, surprising. Sydney third.
We ended at 100. I'm kind of shocked it was that high a little bit. After the start, because we got 2 spot on, 17th and 16th, and then it just all went to crap. Well, it kind of started like crap, to be honest, with Collingwood. Let's finish the video. I mean, I like the video, but I don't know if people actually want me to watch the whole thing, but I will watch the whole thing, and then we'll move on to something else. So a little reaction to the ending. I don't really care, Luke. It's whatever. I don't understand what you're trying to say. I can see that. I can see that his profile picture's that, but who cares?
Port Adelaide 4th, 5th Carlton, 6th Brisbane, 7th Adelaide, and 8th West Coast.
So the top 8 now being set, it was now time to get through the final series, going game by game. But unfortunately, as the finals came round, Southland was completely dead.
Yeah. So we thought we had to film it. We thought we had to film this another time because there was no one in the bloody shopping centres. We went to the exit and entry. That was the place we went to.
The Cats and the Power in the first qualifying final.
Geelong Port.
First qualifying final in Geelong and Port Adelaide. What do you reckon?
G'day, big dogs.
Go the Cats. Up the Cats. Up the Cats. Cats get the first win.
The Cats drop the Power
pick.
and move on as we head to the next qualifying
I want to see which
final
picks are
with
good,
the
which
Doggies
picks are
and the
shit.
Swans at the MC.
Who would win in a
Next
game
final,
like
we
this
got
now? Actually, this would be a
the
good
second
game.
qualifying between the Bulldogs and the Swans.
Maybe Bulldogs?
And you're predicting. What do you reckon?
Cheers, Joel, for the $1.
The Bulldogs. The Bulldogs are through.
We don't really we used to back in the day get all of these donations from these people, and we're not getting them often at all. So I'll take the $1, but I don't reckon we've even hit 100 in the last 3 months overall. Oh, I might be wrong actually on that. I don't know. But cheers, Joel. You should watch some Casio. Fuck, mate. Why? Why would I do that? It's not even got anything to do with this. Probably because of cost of living. No, it's because the people that were the ones putting a lot of donations have left. Haven't joined streams. I think that's probably why. And maybe that. Yeah, maybe that as well.
The Dogs join the Cats as the only other side to have a double chance. We'll head to the first elimination final. between
Carlton,
the Eagles
West
and
Coast.
Blues.
What
Next
a
game, elimination
garbage
final, we got
game.
Carlton and West
How
Coast.
could have this even have
What do you
happened?
reckon? Who's winning?
Carlton easy.
Yeah, I don't know how West Coast have made into the finals to begin with.
Casio. I
West
said
Coast are out.
Casio.
Carlton wins.
The Imposters
Or
and the Eagles
Queso.
are finally out of the final
Oh,
race.
whatever.
It's the last final of
It
week
doesn't
one
matter
for
how I
Brisbane
pronounce
Crows
it because
as
we're
we
not
have
watching them.
Next elimination final, Brisbane v Adelaide. What do you reckon?
Probably Brisbane.
It'll be at home for the Lions as well. So you go.
Yeah, Brisbane, yeah.
Alrighty, Lions, Adelaide.
So
are
that's
out.
a realistic
Lions are through
final.
And the Crows are out. As the first week of finals is done, we head to the semis and we start things off with the Power and the Blues at the Adelaide
Bulldogs have a
Oval.
decent team, but
Semi-finals, we
look
start
terrible in
with Port
must-win
Adelaide
games.
And Carlton. What do we
That
reckon?
game against Freo just sort of summed up their season right there.
Carlton, they move through. Port
Carlton,
Adelaide straight at
geez,
one.
all right, Carlton.
I'm not sure, man.
This is how much people overrate the Blues.
I've heard so much about
You know, they pick them high in the ladder.
Blues knocked the Power out in straight sets.
And now the
Head
Blues
to
have won
grand
2
final
finals in a
rematch
row.
Between the Swans and the Lions at the SCG.
All right, next semi-final we have Sydney and Brisbane at the SCG. What do you reckon, lads?
I'd back Sydney at home. Reckon Brisbane will struggle without Joe Danaher.
I was just joking around.
Sydney, you know.
Yeah, but you were the guy that couldn't even take a joke before when someone was
The Swans and
obviously
Brisbane's
joking that
chances of
David
going
Mundy
back-to-back
was the pick
as
for
in
the Rising
prelim
Star, and
week, we
you
start
were
things off
taking
with
that
Blues
seriously.
At the MCG.
Bulldogs, Carlton. What do you reckon?
Bulldogs.
Bulldogs. Bulldogs with them. Why not the Blues?
I hate the Blues.
Good call. I'd pick the
Dogs are
Bulldogs.
the first team to make it to the grand
Bulldogs
final.
in the grand
Who
final.
plays them? Geelong or Sydney? Let's find out.
Geelong and the Western Bulldogs.
I mean,
Who's
I could
moving
say
through to the grand final?
we did okay having the Cats to make the... Yeah, so we screwed up here. We were meant to have Geelong play Sydney. And the guy went the Cats. And now we're sort of skipping ahead. Because I want to move on. But the Cats won.
You win some free bread.
Oh, I'll move on this. I'll move this to the other side. Okay. Alright, I'll move on. We've watched like 3 videos. Or not even. I don't know. Well, we'll check the scores down. So Cardi... No, the Strangers have gotten to 100. Look, let's just get through the next one. This was the creators' ladder prediction. We're not watching the whole video. But we'll go and we'll just have a look at the end ladder. Let's just go through the very end. See what the actual ladder was from the bottom to the top. I don't know if I'll do this series again next year, to be honest. I like doing creator collabs, but there's a lot of stress involved in doing these sort of videos. But I enjoy them. G'day, Crom Magician.
I'll go Gold Coast, 10 points.
So 18th position.
So let's see what the ladder looks like then. So here are the creators we got. We got Flanners, Marmalade, Blue Abroad, Caden, Swoop Luke, Annie Munro, Ripper and Fippers, Scoops, Cooko, Blake, Northy, Sirens, Haz, Statchat, Pominoz, The Pair, UCAT, Saints TV, Alana, Ryder, The Besties, Dylan Alexander, Rolls, Druzy, and I think Will Taylor and Bailey.
No surprises. It's Richmond. They were lucky.
So Richmond with a 2-20 record finish. Well, you can't see it on the screen, but if I remove this, there's Richmond. So Richmond, let's add a score of 1. It's good to watch, but if you can't do it, it's okay. What are you trying to reference? What's good to watch? How's the sleep progress? It's alright. Probably could be better.
Lucky enough, honestly, to walk away with 2 wins and a draw.
The creator ladder predictions. Oh yeah. Well, I think they're good to watch, but they don't do that well. Like for what they should be getting. So I don't know.
Man. In 17th spot, we have Essendon. It's not great.
Oh,
16th.
Essendon. Okay. Well, what did Essendon finish? Finished 15th. So we'll add 2 to that, and then West Coast will have 2 because they finished 18th. I'll be intrigued to see if this was anywhere near my real ones, because this is like overall. So we could get something good here. It's not like this is just a piss take.
West Coast with 8 wins, and 15th Melbourne. 14th.
Melbourne finished 14th. All right, so bottom 4 wasn't a bad start. Didn't Omegle get shut down? Yeah, I was considering doing something like that on Omegle. Just thinking of ways I can make the streams a bit more fun, and because it just feels like the last few weeks of streaming haven't... I don't know, that just hasn't felt as fun. Omega was an idea, but then I realized it was shut down. And the things that I wouldn't mind doing on those platforms, you get banned for. If you show an image like this, you get banned for it. And you have to pay money to continue going. There's no point paying money if you're just getting banned again.
We got North Melbourne.
14th North. It's not a bad start. Better start than the last one.
So far, the ladder's looking not too badly. 13th Port Adelaide.
Wow. That's a shock, isn't it? Now, how many wins did Port Adelaide end up getting this year in 2025? Because they could have been spot on with the wins and the position. They were spot on with the wins as well. But not the losses, because for some reason the draw was predicted here. Imagine this is better than 28.
I don't mind that one either. 12th, the Western Bulldogs.
Oh, okay. Bulldogs, 12th could have been better. But we were actually on track of getting better than 28. So this is actually really intriguing. I am interested to see how this is going to progress. All right, 11. All right, we're on 11. All right, what's the next one?
Dogs, 11th Gold Coast.
A bit shit, actually. I think that might almost be it. I don't think we're going to get higher now. We need 13 or less.
10th Carlton.
10th Carlton. Where do they finish? They finished 10th. Okay. It's good. This needs to be Sydney. Please be Sydney.
And just missing out on the finals.
Sydney.
In 9th place.
Sydney.
We have Adelaide. Okay, now
shit. Adelaide had to have finished top 4 for there to be any chance. So already we're in some danger. 23 now. All right, let's see if we can get them ahead of the early. Let's see if they can get better than early.
The top 8 is also going to be interesting. We start things off with Collingwood.
Collingwood, they finished 4th. Nah, we're not going to get that good of a score now.
I probably think they'll finish a bit higher this year. 7th Freo, obviously.
That wasn't bad. All right, one off.
Heading into the year, everyone's been bullish on Freo. In 6th place, we have Hawthorn.
Again, not too bad. Respectable.
They're always going to be in and amongst the marks. But look at that percentage. I have a feeling I know why that percentage is so low. 5th position, we have the Saints.
How did we finish 5th in this? How the hell did we finish 5th in this? Let alone top 8. Normally people predict us to lose in these sort of videos. So that's now 37.
Hey, look. I didn't make these predictions. Last year, the creators were being pricks to me. Finally, some good karma comes around, and they're being a little bit nicer. 4th place, we have Sydney.
Sydney finished 4th. Nah. They finished 10th, so that's a bad call.
3rd place, we have Brisbane.
Brisbane, again, finished 3rd.
2nd place, Geelong. And
Geelong finished 2nd as well.
The minor premiers with an 18-4 record, the GWS Giants.
So that's not as bad as I was actually expecting for this one. 47. So that's going to come into 3rd place from the 4 videos we've watched so far. I'll chuck that in. The creators weren't too bad with that. Let's chuck that in. People just pick the Saints for you. Not the video before that. Because normally I just pick against us, especially when it's against their own team. So 47, that's all right. It's good. Well, I say it's good. It's probably below average of what if we wanted to do an average of every, we could even almost do that. I don't know if people really give a shit though, but I find it interesting. So maybe I'll just do it even if no one cares. But I don't want to be too long of a live stream. Anyone remember this video that I made? I made it to piss people off, and it worked. It worked more than wonders, actually. So let's see how badly off I was with this. I know it's going to be over 100 because I purposely had the bad teams high and the top teams low. Cara's one was crazy. Cara was terrible this year and even probably worse last year. I don't know which one was worse. 18th. It's not even that bad of a start. All right, let's add 3. Melbourne 17th. Again, not too bad, but already we're on 6 after 2. Carlton, I move another 6 here. We're on 12 already. 15th West Coast. I mean, I guess it could have been worse. I could have had like West Coast higher, but that's still bad. Fuck, all right, we're off to a shocker. That's 13. We're on 28 already. People did think I was being serious. I don't know how many people. I could go through and look at the comments. But like, yeah, it's how you get views. I'm like, we'll post it, and it got views. 13th Sydney. Oh, not too bad. Only off by 3. The funniest part of the video was you teasing of which one, this video or the other one that we reacted to. Collingwood 12th. Yeah, we're getting over 100 here. I'm feeling a high score. I'm feeling a real high score. I haven't seen Richmond yet. I haven't even seen Richmond yet. That's another 6. GWS. Adelaide 10th. That's another 9. I reckon we're getting 120 maybe. That's another. That's 8. That's 8 off.
Hawthorn. That's... Oh! I actually jokingly got one right. The Hawks did finish 8th. Now, the score to beat here is 100. That's what the Strangers predicted. If we get 100 somehow on the joke predictions, I'll be surprised. Port 7th. Okay, that's a difference of 6. We'll move to 68. Brisbane finished 3rd. Okay. I'll take differences of 3 at this point. And it goes to crap when I have North Melbourne 5th for some reason. All right, that's a difference of 11 because I finished 16th. So let's add 11 to that. Top 4 now. Not bad. And I think this is a really possible position for the Suns next year. They finished 7th this year, though. The Bulldogs finished 9th. Let's add 6. The Dockers finished 6th. So I think I had the Saints first. I know I had the Saints first just to piss as many people off as possible. And because of that, they finished 12th. That's a difference of 11. That means we got 106. Expected. That was expected to be the worst one a lot. But I wanted to go through that just in case we got any that we actually got spot on. And Hawthorn was spot on there. So 106 was the score for that one. They did ruin it. King Tiger. Although that was King Gold for a second this whole time. I forget that names can be a little bit similar. All right. Joke predictions. I mean, after we do this, I don't know if we'll watch others. If you want to put your predictions in and we'll chuck these in, you can. Or I don't know. Or maybe... Because I still want to find... I do still want to possibly find some that are better than the 28 that I got. Because as far as I'm aware, they're the best predictions on the internet. I think I still had one more to get through. Yes, alright. There was a stream I did last year. Let me find it. Do mine. Yeah, I'll put a... Actually... I'll do a little form now. May as well. Let's hide this. Let me just post a Google form as we do that right now. It doesn't have to be your own one, but if it's a non-footy prediction sort of video, I'm not going to even watch it. Put prediction videos here. Yeah, we'll do a form. I think we're due for another react to video stream. I'm not sure when I'll do it, but I'm possibly considering doing one soon. React to the Caden and Cooko one. Yeah, I think we'll have to react to that one. I know that one wasn't good, and I want to see how bad off they were. And you can do it 2-on-1 as well. All right, I'm just going to pin the link so it's there. All right, what was my 2024? I know I did a stream, and I'll do it this year later. Chat predicts. This was my own chat. We did game by game. I'm finding the stream here. If I can't find it, then I might have to just go through via live streams. I could maybe search. Oh no, it was predicting every single game. I think that's what the title was. Would I do a BBL? What do you mean by would I do a BBL? Would I do a big black? Or do you mean would I do a BBL stream? I'll be doing Renegade streams this year again. I enjoyed them last year. But I only really did one proper one. I did 2 actually, but one of the ones I had to private because I got guests on that said things that were not good keeping, so I had to private that stream. Just going through some old streams. I know I made the stream, so where is it?
This is the BBL stream I was talking about. It was a good game. We overcame a bit of a comeback. I don't know if you consider it a comeback, but it felt like a comeback. We started terrible. The Gades. Chat helps me predict every 2025 game. Yeah, this one. All right. Let's just go to the end. I want to see what the ladder ended up being. Maybe we'll watch what round 24 was and see how close to it are the actual results. If we can even do that. So the way I did this stream is I put a poll in, and then you guys had to pick every single game ahead of the year, and I always would do this end of the 2024, before Christmas, and they would actually perform all right, those streams. What's the link for? The link is if you have any you want me to watch back, any footy predictions from 2025. I'll go through them. That's what the main stream idea was. I don't know. All right, full screen this one. So for the ones we've watched, 28 still the score to beat. You know what? Fuck it. We'll just go to the end. Let's just go through the end and see what we got. Let's tally this one up. So Richmond did finish 18th in real... Oh, no, they didn't finish... Sorry. Wow, Port Adelaide... Okay, let's just go from the bottom. So Richmond 18th will add 1. West Coast 17th will add 2. Essendon 16th will add 1. Melbourne 15th will also add 1. North 14th will add 2. Port 13th was perfect. Suns 12th will add 5. Carlton 11th will add 1. Saints 10 will add 2. Well, literally rushing through this. Adelaide 9th will have to add 8. So it's 23. So top 8 now. Collingwood will add another 2 there for the Pies. The Bulldogs were in the 8 for this. They finished 9th, so we'll add another 2. The Giants, we'll actually add an extra 3 there, but the Giants finished 6th here. Finished 5th in real life, so that's another 1. So we'll leave it at 30. Sydney, add another 5. Hawthorn finished 8th in real life. 4th on this prediction, so we'll add another 4. We're on 39. Freo 3rd, finished 6th in real life. We'll add another 3. Brisbane 2nd, and Geelong 1st. So that's 44 again. 2 44s, the early ones and the predicted ones. 44 is not a bad score, but we're expecting that to be a bit better. Carlton was spot on. Carlton finished 11th. Did I say they didn't finish 11th? So if that's the case, then I'll have to take one away. Shit. All right, fair enough. Well, then that's 43. All right, well, I think that's all that I want to react to for my own predictions. I just wanted to react to them and just go through them one by one and see which is the best. But I guess because I already knew this was so good, there wasn't really going to be any to beat. 24 edition. I guess chat, the 2024 chat, because it was the chat, is going to rank 2nd from the 6 we've reacted to. If there are anyone that wants me to watch their own video that they made or a certain video, it doesn't have to be their own. That's what the Google Forms for the ones wondering. Apparently the Caden and Cookson one was bad, so we could watch through the whole Caden and Cookson video. I was Caden McDonald's ladder predictions. We could probably go and see how all of the bigger YouTubers have done. We've done through my shit. Realistically, the only one that matters is my real one. Let's see how some of the big footy content creators have done. So let's skim through them, I guess.
So until...
This is going to be a bit more difficult to judge because they didn't do it in order of where they finish. And I don't mind this idea of having it in order of clubs alphabetically. So you start with Adelaide, A, B, C, whatever, instead of 18th to 1st. So I did this. So this is going to be a bit of a different one to sort of go through the scores. So I could maybe do... maybe I'll have to do 2 for each. I'll have to make one for Cookson and make one for Caden. I'll see if I missed any of the chat. Anything relevant. Essendon will surely be higher as an Essendon Fane. Thank you for that there, though, with a comment about the hair. Hey, Cardi, how many teams that finished in the top 8 in 2021 do you think will miss finals? Probably 3. Are you going to the T20? I'm not going to the T20. I don't have a ticket for it. And to be honest with you, I probably should, but I don't really care as much until like proper test matches start. That's when I start watching the cricket more. Dimitri. And if you're asking if it's when it is, and you just put the answer MCG Halloween, well, I'm doing something on that day anyway. So even if I was considering it, which maybe if it was on a better day, the answer to that's no. All right. So how would we do this then? Because they don't do it like how you normally do it for the 18th to 1st. It's like through teams. I guess we'll start with... I don't know how the fuck we're going to do this. I want to just do it, like knock them both off at once. So maybe we'll just have to add another one to the right. Yeah, that's true, Jimbo. If I don't have a ticket now, even if I wanted to go, I wouldn't be able to get a ticket. I'm going to move the current score to here. What if... Oh, I'm hiding you for... Actually, not going to hide you, but I'm going to time you out for that comment. That is a concerning comment. Prime Neil or Prime Pendles? Prime Neil because Neil's... well, Neil for once has won 2 Brownlows, and I just think as a player, he was probably better than Pendlebury. In his prime, obviously. Okay, we'll chuck this here for Cookson, and we'll go through to see how badly off they were, because apparently this was not great. I know they had Carlton really high. That's all I know of from this. I mean, I watched it from when they put it out, but not since then. Hopefully they're solid. I don't know if I'll get a membership for BBL because... For Renegades, because... Like, I might not even end up going to most home games. I'll go to the ones I can go to. But... Like, I would be looking forward to heading to more games. What makes you think that the crowds will be high, though? Is it just a sort of an assumption? Yeah, but for the most part, I don't really think BBL streams are going to do all that well. And it's not like I'm doing them because I want fucking Indians to join like I did at the start. I don't really care anymore for that. In fact, I'd rather them not join. You don't want to inflate what you already have currently. So I'd rather that not be the case. But there is actually a couple of bits of cricket content I might do this off-season. But it isn't involving actual, like, talking about predictions or anything like that. Like, actual, like, cricket little challenges and all that. Could do all right.
That the Crows, I've got them in 12th.
We're off to a stinker. All right. Whoever said rack to this, far out. We could be on for 100.
I've got them in 12th. Get out of town.
We could be on for 100. And I'm sorry, Caden and Cooko. They're probably not even going to see this, but... that's, yeah, difference of 11 for both. Yeah, someone said to react to them. Fair enough. I can't, for some reason on this current score, I can't actually add to that. Give me a second. We'll change that real quick. This goes badly. Well, they could already be on more after Carlton than I did in the whole 18 teams. Which is crazy when you think about it that way. I'm going to have to redo the whole text for this. Because I'm using the Stream Deck tonight. Browser text. Is this going to work? No, it's not. Bear with me. Just assumption, I feel like the buzz for cricket's back. Maybe it is. Maybe it's because India, Ashes, all that. I hope you're right. I would like that to be the case. Sorry guys, just give me a sec. I'm going to just grab this and use that instead. We are grabbing text from the latest live reaction. Change the font. And the color. Here we go. I'm gonna have to change that obviously from 47 to 11. There's not much in the chat, unfortunately. I will read the ones that I haven't missed though. Or did I miss a few? Oh, I did actually miss a few from back then. All right, shit. Well, I read them now then. When's the Telstra ad ready? Well, not yet. Not yet. See, if this stream did a little bit better, I was considering going through some of the scenes on the stream, but I'm not going to do that. I'll do it as a members thing tomorrow or Tuesday. Probably Monday, actually. I want to get it out on Tuesday, the whole thing. See how the feedback is, the reception, if it can be put together the way we think it has been put together with the clips. So, Crows in 12th.
Top 4 the next season. Doesn't happen a whole heap. I have Brisbane 7th.
Why? Why would he have them in 7th? I might need to hear a bit of reasoning for this, actually. All right. 1, 2, 3, 4. Not great, Caden.
I have Brisbane in 10th.
Fuck you, Cookson. You are terrible. He's a great man, but like, what is this? Brisbane and Adelaide in your 10th and 12th spots. Are you taking the piss, mate? Fucking hell. Jeez. Okay. Now I realise what you guys meant by this was a train wreck. Okay. I'll listen a little bit.
Yeah, well,
I'll listen a little bit.
Oh no! I was making this list on the train, and I've been racking my brain about it for a long time about this list, and I've had Brisbane from 1st to 10th to, yeah, I don't know. I've settled on them at 10th because this is my thoughts. They had a very average home and away season last year. Like, it was probably their worst home and away season for 4 or 5 years.
Yeah,
they just hit form come the second half of that final series.
And it's funny because in recent final series, they've been really good during the home and away, and they fall short in the finals. They almost flipped it this season.
Yeah, exactly. I don't know. I reckon they have a lot of players that when they're playing their best, superstars, like really, really good. But to me, inconsistent. Eric Hipwood, you don't trust him as
They're not inconsistent, the Lions. Or are they? Well, they weren't this year. They had a more consistent season than they did in 2024.
Players, again, if they find form and are hungry, I mean...
I can look, you can sort of understand, you got to make these wild calls and some might not pay off. Like, recent premiers have fallen off the years after, no one's called it, so I can understand why some will are. Maybe Brisbane will do the same thing. But yeah, no, not great. So Carlton now...
But I wouldn't be surprised if they...
Next to come.
Where do you have the Carlton Football Club?
You say first. Where do you have the Carlton Football Club?
I've got the Blues 2nd, and
Far out. Why? Why so high? What from the ending of last year would have any reason into even considering them having top 4, let alone 2nd?
I've got them winning the flag. Wow.
He had them winning the flag. That's bad. Like, even Carlton fans weren't that optimistic. What's an important question? That's a dumb question. I'm not going to respond to that. That's not an important question. That's a stupid question. I'll just say the grand final repeat 2010. It's just a game of footy. I'm not watching shit like that.
Oh, I haven't thought as far as where I've got winning the flag because it could be fucking.
Yeah, but I was thinking perhaps for Roger's sake, but fucking hell.
Anyone, but I've got Carlton finishing top. I don't know.
Oh my god, that is even worse. Fucking, this is actually the worst ladder prediction I've ever seen. So Cookson has now made it the claim of the worst predictor, more shitter than everything that I've seen so far in this video. That's 28 off 3. I know they both had him top. I thought maybe he had him third or fourth. First.
A little bit less expectation on the Blues this year. Maybe not. Maybe that's incorrect. But what I'm hearing is people aren't expecting Carlton to be as good as people were expecting them to be last year. And I feel like if they're reasonably healthy as a group, Doherty goes all right. Charlie, I know he's got some injuries. He's struggling a little bit. But if you get all those boys healthy, I know Newman's already out for the year, but I could see that team really flying.
I'm really excited by our man, Nick Haynes, floating around in the back.
Haynes was never really that exciting of a prospect, was he? He was an alright player. He didn't start the season well.
Yeah. All-Australian defender to complement Weed.
Yeah, look, Clash Saga, that's why I want to, like, just the really bad calls, I want to see the reasoning behind it.
Yeah. Carlton, as far as spines in the AFL, like, I think they just about have the best.
Overrated.
Name for name, like Mackay, Curnow. I think Tom de Koning,
love Tom
genuinely,
de Koning.
I reckon he's a smoky for that All-Australian ruckman. I wouldn't be surprised if at the end of the season, we're going Tom de Koning is the best ruckman in the comp.
Hopefully that's true for next year, though, Cookson.
One of our second favourite sides.
Where did Cooko put the Blues? Yeah, maybe I'll just move this so you can actually see. Not on a good spot. So, Collingwood, they're both on a bad score. We want to see who does worse.
Yeah, I really do love the Pies as well. I've got them in 6th.
I've got them in 9th.
Ooh.
Better, Cookson. Better. Good one. All right, so let's chuck a couple of ladder spots for Cookson. And Caden is now on 29 because he had them 9th and they finished 4th. This is going to be an interesting one. It's going to be a real interesting one. Maybe I'll move my face cam a little bit so you can see the whole ladder. If I do that, maybe I'll just chuck it here. I don't know. I guess that works. That'll work. I don't need to go through the reasoning, to be honest. Unless you guys want me to. If you really want me to do that, just say in the chat for certain parts. If a lot of people do, but I'm not really too keen on doing so. Already passed the score. I know.
I really rate Craig McRae. So
yeah,
I don't think they're going to overrate Essendon. So I think with Essendon, I'm expecting it to be similar to where they actually finished.
He's one of those coaches where you almost can't count out every season. Essendon Football Club, they've just been in no man's land for a long, long time.
I think Essendon are one of those teams internally be saying, we're going to play finals this year.
Yep.
I think as a club, they think they're going to be playing finals. I don't think they're going to be playing finals. I've got them in 14th.
I've got them in 14th. What?
Better. There you go. Better. There you go. Only one off for both. I think Essendon's sort of one of those teams you sort of can't screw yourself over with them. Like, no one thinks they're going to be contending. I thought that. Joey? Yeah, thanks. Finally, a good prediction. I don't know if you did your own predictions, if you want me to react to them at some stage of this stream, whenever it finishes, but yeah, I don't know. Maybe I'm gloating too much. Maybe it shouldn't be that big of a, like, it's just a prediction. It's at the end of that, it's a guess, but I still want to see one that can challenge my score because 28 still far and ahead the best. All right, Freo, let's
been a team that's sort
see.
of in the middle of the table. They're
Could be
over in WA. There's not
maybe
as much scrutiny from a Victorian standpoint.
Maybe get this one
the big
correct.
Shows don't go after them.
Yep.
Over there, no doubt they cop it. This is the
shit
season
question,
where
Dimitri.
if they
A
do
really
start
shit
sort of
question.
2 and 3 and struggle a little bit. The heat will be on them. So I'm excited to see how they handle that.
Where'd you say you had them?
I didn't. I do have them in 3rd.
6th.
Third.
Ooh.
I think they'll. I just.
All right, 3rd.
1, 2, 3.
Of the whole crop, I think their midfield is astonishing. I think their rucks are amazing. I love Luke Jackson.
Skip
and I
ahead a
think
little
Sean
bit.
Luke Ryan.
Skip ahead.
Around that forward line and going through them. Get why people are high as on him.
And he has him 7th. Better. All right, so the scores are starting to like not be so high. That start was one of the worst starts. It isn't going to be great though. I can't see it being under 60 or 70. But it's like we don't know where they're going to put certain teams because it's like not in order of 18th to 1st. Just, I don't know. Like, I'm fine with people asking questions. I need more of questions in the chat. But why the hell are you asking me that? You know, I'm not going to answer that fucking question on... Probably not even in real, like, off stream, let alone on stream. Let's be completely honest.
Again, Austin Cookson.
I had them first on the ladder for a lot of this summer. Geelong have been number 1 for me. Just because purely because I trust.
How do they keep doing this?
Purely because I trust them. I think Bailey Smith's going to fly. Chris Scott, he's got to be the best coach in the league.
They've lost Tui, they've lost Hawkins, they've lost Selwood in the last.
All right, what do we have? The Cats. Oh, so 6th here and 4th there. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2. So Cookson, after a shocking start, somehow makes and maintains a 3-score advantage. What's his question? Would you rather take $1 million straight away or flip a coin for $10 million? Look, I'd take the million probably.
What?
Archie,
$1 million will still be fine. Like $1 million for me. It's not going to set you up for life, but if you're smart, it can.
I have to tip my cap.
Yes, 10 million would be even better, obviously, but the 1 would be safe.
Like, yeah, it's ridiculous.
You've got to admire them as a club. Like, it's pretty cool.
Suns.
Now, this could be also a bad call if they have the Suns a bit lower.
Do they do it? Talk to me.
When I look at the Suns, I genuinely, like, some of their best...
Maybe I'll start streaming random crap like that, Kane Train.
Like last year, some of the games they played.
Not
they're
so
in full
random
flight,
like
they're
that, though.
a pretty fucking solid outfit. Like,
I love that they've got the home ground advantage now. They've turned...
Flip a coin for $1 billion.
Almost into a GMHBA.
At that stage, like, I don't know, even at that stage, like, you don't need that much money. So I'd probably still do the 10 million. I probably would, but... Yeah, you get me thinking with that.
Now, so that'll hold them in good stead because they play up there every second week. They've turned Darwin into a bit of a fortress.
Something that Matt Rowell would show up to.
Get 9 games at People's Choice, 2 games in Darwin. You almost
show up
banked
to
10 wins already before we even start.
Yeah, because Matt Rowell took that freaking cash in the baseball. All right, where do we have the Suns?
I think logically that makes
8th and 10th. Oh, 11th. Ooh. All right, let's add 4. And we'll add 1 here. So it's a good start. Not a good start, I should say, but it's a good fight back, I guess, from the score that once was from Cookson. When will the Telstra walk be out? Look, I'm going to say Tuesday, even if it takes longer than I think to put the edits together, because I'm going to have to edit bits in the, like, for example, the log scene. I'm going to have to edit a hole in the log and then jump in a hole, because that's what happened in the ad. So, I mean, I kind of wanted to go through some of the scenes on the stream. Maybe we can. Maybe we cut this bit early. Cut this little, part of the stream early. But there might be other videos you guys want me to watch in the form that I kind of will do. So, probably won't do it on the stream. But, yeah, soon. I hope it's worth it. Giants first for Caden and 3rd for Cookson. 1, 2, 3, 4. 4? Did I screw that up? I think I did, actually. I've got to go back and see what the score was before. Look, I'm not going to make a top 4 call for next year because it's too early, but I would have I have Brisbane in there. I might not have Geelong in there. I have Gold Coast in there, actually. Let's see. Brisbane, Gold Coast, probably Freo, maybe Sydney. Maybe not Sydney. If not Sydney, maybe Adelaide. I don't know. I don't think GWS. I don't think Collingwood and Geelong, I think, drop out the top 4. But they could also finish top 4, obviously. 41, all right, 41-35 it was.
Okay, I'll just change that then. All right, Hawthorn. I'm going to skip ahead a little bit. Hawks. Wow. All right, Caden had them 10th and Cookson had them 5th. So Caden was closer to that. I'll add another 2 to that amount. So this is on track to be 80. A score of 80. In a year that, to a lot, were quite easy with predicting this ladder.
Internally, they're not good enough anymore.
Carlton first
All
and
the
second
players wanna
still
leave,
disgusting.
And then other people think they've cleaned out a lot of
Oh, it's
skeletons
terrible.
in the closet. The 22 is as sound as anyone else's.
Speaking of baseball, did you see Shohei
can't compete? Where do you sit in that argument? Which end of the spectrum?
If Oliver gets back, Petrarca's healthy.
No, I didn't see that because I don't
Last
watch
year.
baseball, and it probably
Dawn's obviously doing his
maybe I
thing.
could have seen
Like,
it if
it
it
all
was
works. Why
that good of
can't
a
they
game. It
be a
probably
really
should have
good
been.
team? Put him at 11th because I can't.
Probably should have
trust
been
that-
like posted somewhere, I guess, so other people that don't watch baseball could see it. But I didn't see it at all. I don't even know who that player is. I don't know if you watch baseball yourself. So Cookson had the D's in 11th and they finished 14th. So we'll add another 3.
culture thing's just going to change, you know?
That's a good call.
I just think, yeah.
Dan Gorringe posts about it. Oh, that might be why people... Because someone else mentioned it the other day. Or not the other day. Today, was it? He posted it today. I don't think I saw it, though. Or if I saw it, I didn't know what it was. But then I would have known. So, yeah, no, I didn't see it.
Melbourne culture and just the last couple of years have really...
It was shared a fair bit.
When they're rolling, yeah, they got
So it was one of the... So what was it? I know this is seriously off topic, but that's fine. I don't really care if that's the case. Is this in a Japanese baseball game? Because he sounds Japanese. Shohei Ohtani. Like... 3 home runs. How often do you even get a home run in a game of baseball? How many home runs are there? How many home runs a players average? I don't know. 10 strikeouts. That sounds more like insane in my opinion, because how often does that... Well, again, if he's a pitcher, he plays MLB. That makes it more impressive, I guess. He plays for the Dodgers. Okay. I don't think I'll go and start looking up this shit, but yeah, I didn't actually know that. When you put that in, I didn't think that many people would know what you're talking about. But then once you said that Dan posted it and it's been shared a bit and it's like one of the best performances ever, then I'm a little bit more invested into knowing a little bit more about it. When did he post it? Are you sure he fucking posted it? It must not have been today then. Because he posted something else that was baseball related. But it was yesterday. I don't know when it happened. When was it? Oh, a week ago. Mate, the reason why I probably didn't know about it a week ago, because I was enjoying my holiday and I didn't see it. I wasn't on social media much.
And what do you think?
Where does Melbourne... All right, where does Caden have Melbourne?
I think, well, they've done it. The team's not
So
that...
this season, do you reckon it's 11th to 1st? Or do you say
Yes.
11th?
Just imagine
No.
Naz
I
kicking
wouldn't be
7 and having
surprised
40.
if Melbourne won the flag.
So you think that the
Piss
gap
off.
for the D's is...
Pissed off. He says he wouldn't be surprised if the D's won the flag. D's were the other side. I thought that people were overhyping. Kind of like Carlton. Not as much though, but...
Finals in a row that they...
Let's see. Were they 8th? Yep, 8th. Not great. That's all I'll say. All right, let's move to North. We'll get through this a bit more quicker. So I'm just gonna like skip and pause and just add the scores and see what the tally is. I guess who gets a lower score. Cookson had him in 13th. Bit generous, but he's a North fan, so I can understand that. And Caden actually had them spot on. Port Adelaide, this could be bad. I had Melbourne exactly right.
Outside the 4.
Weeks before round 1. Why wouldn't you just wait? Even if you knew that internally that was going to happen.
Yeah, you had Melbourne exactly right. Not bad. Certainly a gettable one to get right, though.
But who knows? They host a home...
5th. Wow, it's just getting worse here. Jeez. All right. 8. We'll add 8 to that score. And for the other one, a little bit better. Ladder score of 4. The cricketers on in November. Yeah, don't expect me to be covering every game of cricket, though, as some think that I will, because I'm not going to do that. And for those that think that only cricket content will be what I post, you can see on the left that Caden put Richmond in 17th and 18th, sorry, and so did Cookson. So we'll add 1 or 2 each. Where do they have the Saints? Let's see. 13th, okay, and 15th. You idiot. All right. I respect Caden a little bit more. 1, 2, 3. They surely can't get Richmond wrong. Well, they were never going to have Richmond in the top 4. And the only spots are left. Like now you can see like what spots are left. Because that's how they do it. So for Sydney, I imagine they probably aren't going to... Like, I'm actually surprised that 16th and 17th are still open. Do they really think the Bulldogs are going to finish in that spot? I assume Sydney are going to finish high. We'll skip ahead. And yes, 2nd and 4th respectively. So... Yeah, so that means that the Bulldogs are going to finish either 16th or 17th. Or 15th. Like, it's an easy year to predict, guys. The new MCG designs. That could be a topic of the stream. Just going through some AFL news. I don't really do that sort of stuff. And I don't really know if that's something people on this channel watch. But it's something. It is something that I could consider.
It's like, Dean, I know you're the coach. I know you want to stamp your authority on this group. Hey, guys, let's watch the grand final and let's critique it for 8 hours. Like, maybe that is awesome attention to detail by Dean Cox.
All right, so for the Bulldogs, 16th and 15th. Pretty bad. Why do they have them so fucking low, actually? I kind of want to... That's bad, actually. I'm just gonna quickly listen. You guys can put in whatever you want in the chat. 15th and 16th. So I'll just add the scores up. That's another 6 for Caden. And Cooko got another... That would have been 7. So they're all going to be... And let's be honest with you. We know West Coast is going to be filling in the gaps. And that would be 17th. So technically they got those 2 right.
Their ladders, it's pretty depthy. It's pretty far down the
Carlton
ladder.
and Brisbane are the craziest predictions.
Recently, they've got a young list.
Bulldog is up. I mean,
old.
yeah, Bulldogs
Why
is
the
also
hell
up there,
have I
but
got them
definitely Carlton
15th
is the worst.
And you've got them 16th.
Well, basically. What have they got?
what have they got? So I keep
Crazy to say. What have they got to a team like the Bulldogs? They're stacked in a lot of areas. People were overrating the fact they had a few injuries. I thought they'd be okay. I didn't think they'd be great though. I think I had them 12th myself. So yeah, maybe the Bulldogs were underrated heading to this year.
They've lost Daniel Smith and McRae, but the Bulldogs.
Carlton's was worse than Adelaide, because to be fair, not as many people expected Adelaide to boost up. I think some people had Adelaide 17th this year, which obviously is as bad as it can get. Honestly, you're probably not going to have any worse than that. Carlton. A lot less people thought they were going to finish in the top 4 than Adelaide not finishing top 10.
Supporter would say they weren't playing last year. So does that impede their depth? Do they have young players coming through? Like I just think they've been in no man's...
0 to 20... No, I disagree with that. 0 to 20 is an A because you need to think about how difficult it is to get a score of above 30. I think 35 is an A or more. If we're talking overall scores. And this year, I would probably say that 35 or lower is an A. If you want to say A plus, A minus, you can. Maybe A plus would be ahead of 30 plus. A minus 30 to 35. To get a B, I would probably say a score of 35 to 45, maybe. Maybe, yeah, around that. 45 to 55 could be a C. Or 45 to 60 could be a C. A D could be from that to 75. And I think, 75 plus would be an F for this year. But depending on seasons, would last year's score of 82 for me been an F? Or would that have been just a D?
Planned for a while. I think they're missing 5 or 6 of their best 22 to start the first
B
month
plus
of the season. And then I think you're playing catch up a little
Yeah.
bit.
Daniel and Smith.
Yeah, no,
Smith.
fair. I now don't know if I'm wanting to go through in detail ladder prediction by ladder prediction. What I could do, we could, because I do want to compare scores. I want to know what other people got. So overall, let's just put these in on the Excel spreadsheet. So overall, I need to chuck these in. Cookson got a score of 69. So that used to be a number that was mildly amusing, the Huntsman, but now that doesn't get talked about enough. It's 67 now. And Caden got a 76. I wouldn't mind going through like just all of the predictions and jotting down the quick total if there's the way of doing that in a quick way, which there probably is. Just do it. Like skip to the end of the video instead of like going through every prediction in detail. There's no point. And we could do that, but I feel like we're sort of dragging on a little bit now. Let's see. Been binge watching dead meat videos lately. What the? Oh, they might. Okay, all right. What do you mean by dead meat videos? And slaughterhouse videos? That's what it sounds like. Huntsman to 69, we can call 67. No, we do not call that a blaze. Didn't Rolls Maga have Adelaide in 17? Did he? Well, Rolls Maga already reacted to his ones. So we could just click on that video instead of... He saves us the work of having to go through and calculate scores. He does it himself. He also does the exact same thing. So what score did he get? Now, I can't remember if I watched the video or not. I think I did, but if I didn't, I would have forgot. So what score did he get? All right, here we go. So he also didn't get a great score. He got a score of 54, which is... What would we call that? Like a C? Or would that be a B minus? I think a C... I think probably a C plus, I would say. Looking at it real quick, some of the real horror calls, obviously. Well, Gold Coast in 14th. He didn't have Adelaide in 17th. Don't know where that call was made. Not horrendous for the most part. I think definitely the Suns call was the worst. Adelaide isn't as bad because at least he said them to make finals. Most would not have had the Crows in the 8, and I can guarantee you if we go through some more. So Rolls Maca makes them to the top 5. If you want, what we could do actually, we could have this and only show the top 7, like kind of like the Brownlow, maybe, or I don't know. Leave it there. Let's go through some of the other notable ones. Any other ones? I know Jesse did one. Let's see what score he got. Let's see if he has the score on screen. If not, I'm just gonna have to just calculate it real quick. I'll just get rid of the these current score graphics. Hashtag magic mushroom. Oh, is this from the Telstra stream? I still enjoyed the stream. I know there were a lot of hiccups throughout the stream, but I still enjoyed it. Did you watch the Saints today? I actually did. I'm not sure why the game I picked to watch, not saying I only watch one game, but the one game in a couple of weeks I picked to watch was the one that was probably going to be a loss. But I thought just in case it was going to be sort of a contest. I don't think the Saints played too badly. I mean, North are just that much better than the rest of the league. So, they're always going to win that no matter what. So that's the top 7. Who reckons that the Eagles will be wooden spooners for the next 3 to 5 years? Probably no one. I mean, I don't think they're going to finish 7th that low for that long. If they finish that low for that long, well, it's about as bad as a rabble any side's been in to finish. You're saying wooden spooners, like that's about as bad as St Kilda and in the league's inception. All right, let's calculate what Jesse got then, real quick. So, I haven't seen anyone have Richmond like not finish that low, like higher than 18th. So, Richmond 18th is 1. West Coast 17th is also 1. North Melbourne finishing 16th is a difference of 0. Okay. Melbourne 15th. By now I should remember the whole ladder because I've been doing this so often. They finished 14th. So add 1 to that. Add 1 to Essendon. St Kilda. So this is 13th now. St Kilda finished 12th. So that's not too bad actually. Another 1. So far, strong start. But then Gold Coast finishing 11th makes it look a little bit worse. So 11th, 7. Add another 4 to that. This isn't bad though so far. Adelaide finished 10th for this one. Wait, am I getting the fucking ladders wrong? 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. Oh, that's 12 then. All right, I'll have to add another point. Someone says they don't watch. You don't have to watch the AFLW, mate. There's no one saying you do, but I'm just saying for St Kilda because they're close to making the finals, and personally, I watch them just so there's something else to watch footy-wise for the Saints, but that's about all I watch. So I did watch the game. I don't think they played too badly. There was a bugle there. Yeah, I know. That was sort of cool. Where were we up to? So Adelaide. I think we're up to Adelaide. And they obviously finished first. So 9, 10, 11. Add 10. The Bulldogs call was actually pretty close. The Blues call was off by 2. The Port call was off by 5. The Swans call was off by 1, 2, 3. The Giants call was off by 1. The Pies call was off by 1. The Dockers call was off by 2. The Hawks call was off by 5. Brisbane was off by 1. And Geelong was off by 1. So I think if I've got all of that right, that is 43. Which is actually the third best that we've gotten, or equal second best. Now, how much longer am I actually going to keep this up, going through all of these old ladders and just getting scores? Is there really any point? Let me know if you guys want me to start reacting to the ones in the form instead, because I'm fine to do that. And maybe we can go through some of the clips from last stream yesterday. I'll take the headphones off for now. Hotkeys in the chat says, did you pick Geelong and Brisbane for the grand final in the preseason? No, I'm sure there were some that did though, but I picked the Cats to play the Pies, which wasn't bad. I'm pretty happy with that call. And I didn't pick the Cats to win it, so I'm pretty happy with that overall. Do you know UFC? I know it, but I don't watch the UFC. No. When my sister went to the AFL women, she said Scoops got in trouble. Oh, fuck off, mate. I assume that you're... I'll just click on the channel. Yep. At least try to make it slightly less obvious. Like, it isn't that difficult. Chris is in the chat. All right, let's do Chris's ladder predictions. Unless you don't want me to do this and you want to make it like a save reaction, but we're just calculating some of the scores that some of the creators got to see if anyone even came close to 28. Because the gap between best and worst is still pretty severe. Do forms. I mean, yeah, we can do forms as well, but I don't even know if we got many forms. Now you can. I haven't looked. All right, let's look at Chris's one then. He's in the chat, so this will be interesting, actually. Let's go your normal ones. Yep, we'll go normal. Oh, no, I don't know the score, though. Golden era of UFC was 2007 or 15. I was never into UFC as a kid, so couldn't tell you if that was a golden era. But if I was watching back then, I would have been a kid around that age demographic, 2007 or 15. Yeah, maybe a little young, but didn't watch it. All right, what did Chris do? This could be horrid. Well, I mean, the scores to beat, we went through a few here. I mean, the top 7. Try and crack the top 7. I'll restage I'll reset the scores. G'day, Sarah. Sorry, I didn't read your comment from before. Yeah, you were on the stream last night or yesterday for the whole time. So, yeah, surely it would have been half decent if you stayed for the whole time. That's what I would have thought. Okay, off to a solid start. 1 off and 1 off. Chris, for Melbourne, you predict them to finish 16th, which is very similar to what I predicted them. In fact, this is the exact same bottom 3 that I had. So you're off to a start of a 4 score. Now, Chris then predicts the Bombers in 15th, which is actually perfect. So this is one of the best starts that I've seen from anyone. Then he sort of fucks it up a little bit by having North in 14th, but that's okay because he's only off by 2. Still kind of doing okay. In fact, doing more than okay. He's just got to nail some of these other teams. St Kilda 13th is fine. It's a fine start. The Pies in 12th is real bad. Why have you ruined your perfect start just about to put a team that finished 4th and 12th? I'm going to listen to this. What's your reasoning? Because they were looking fucking good in the preseason, Chris.
Moving on to 12, this is a massive surprise for a lot of people. A lot of people have this team in the top 8. I've got the Magpies. They did gain the likes of Houston in the trade period. They have a lot of good talent in their side. A lot of good young talent. Obviously, Nick Dacos. The Dacos brothers in general.
How is it similar? This isn't similar to how I do it. Mannerisms-wise, it isn't.
Absolute stars. They're going to have McStay for a full year, hopefully. I have Membry as well, who they got. I'm pretty sure he's a free agent, if I'm right, which is very, very key. Their forward line, they've got a key forward maybe to look for. Maya check as well. The goalie in that half forward.
You haven't explained why they're going to be a bit of a drop-off, because all you've said they've added quality. So what's the why? Why are we why 12?
Are a lot better than what Collingwood are. And I feel like Collingwood could drop a bit, and it could surprise a lot of people for 2025. But they could easily finish in that
fucking
top,
why,
top
Chris?
6 even, to be honest. And they could look like an absolute fool right now. Bobby Hill's also looking at one of his best seasons.
You're just giving them positives.
Absolutely
unreal. I don't understand why people do this.
He could even be more than that, but he passed a couple of off.
You've got to explain. You're doing the whole ladder, right? And Collingwood were, by most, had predicted to be rising with their acquisitions. You've said, okay, they're gonna they from what you're saying, it makes me believe you had them in the 8 because they're saying, oh, they're gonna have a key forward, Houston, Hill's gonna have a good year, Membry, McStay. But to have them 12th, why are they even 12th to begin with?
To that game, but obviously after that Norm Smith performance in 2023, he's been on the rise ever since, and I feel like he could be a smoky for an All-Australian spot in 2025 as well. The other thing about the Pies as well is they have a very, very hard first 10 games of the season. I feel like they're
finally a reason, but in terms of the score, we're gonna have to add 8 to that to move to 15, but it's still okay. All right, now next up in 11th, the Dogs, so that's all right. Off by just a 2. In 10th is Adelaide. That's what I'm saying. People, more people than not had Adelaide outside of the 8. What do you mean by JCMD? Oh, he even used the same mic. Well, can I just say one thing before I kind of shut off this bullshit again? I haven't used those mics in any of my content in over 6 months. And secondly, everyone uses that mic. So who gives a shit what mic people use? I don't use that mic when I ever do videos in this area at all. So if you're trying to nitpick on ways to give Chris shit by copying me, that is the worst way of doing so, because you could have said out anything else. So, all right, let's add 9 now to the Crows score. I know you're not talking about the mic because I'm not talking to you there in the chat. I'm talking about someone else that mentioned it. Port 9th. Add 4 to that score. Let's say Suns in 8th. That's a good call. It's even better than mine. What do we got next? Swans in 7th. That is a score of 34. Can Chris break into the top 2 with scores? The Giants is not a bad selection there. I see that that's a 6th spot. The Blues is the bad one. Ooh. Not happy with that one. All right, hopefully you provide some reasoning here because I want to listen to this. Carlton in 5th.
Moving on to 5th, they didn't have the best of seasons last year, but I feel like they're going to improve this year. We've got the Blues. The Blues are going to bounce back after a Cripper Brownlow, which had a ridiculous season. I think it was a 45-vote Brownlow win,
Go
which
to
is
an
ridiculous.
AFL
Probably didn't deserve a lot of those Brownlow votes, but a Brownlow's a Brownlow, I guess. Kernow's going to be out for the first early
Definitely
parts of the
not,
season,
mate. I'm not doing that.
Definitely not the easiest of things, but they're going to have a hard start to the season. Other than against Richmond, obviously round 1, they're going to have a hard first 3 or 4 games, which isn't the best of signs for them. But start their season because they're going to have a strong start to your season. But the likes of Paddy Cripps and Sam Walsh, hopefully.
Wait, didn't you just mention that they have a hard start? Isn't that contributing to why they should finish lower?
This year is going to be incredible for them with the likes of Harry Mackay and the forward line's obviously going to need to step up. He's a lot more versatile than Kerno can go up and down the ground just like Jezza, get a bunch of touches, the forward line out. Wiedering in the backline's going to need a big year from him as well. They did lose the likes of Matty Owies and Matt Kennedy. They did gain Nick Haynes, a bit of experience from the Giants, who could do something, I guess.
Yeah. If you do your ones next year, Chris, instead of just listing plays that the certain clubs have acquired, maybe be a bit more specific with how you want to explain the jump or fall of certain teams. But we're going to have to add, unfortunately, 6 there for you. So I don't think you're going to crack into the top 3 or even maybe 5. Lions, I'm going to add a point to that. So that's 42. And skimming through the rest, Freo 3rd, we're going to have to add another 3. Cats 2nd is good. In fact, it's perfect. But unfortunately, you were too big on the Hawks. And they didn't finish 1st, they finished 8th. All right, we've tallied your score. Chris, you got 52. 1 ahead of Rolls Macca. There you go. $52. Why are you making fun of the person that helped you film the Telstra? I didn't make fun of anyone. And you'd need to realise people can have a bit of banter, especially mates. People can make fun of each other for certain things, all lighthearted. Chris obviously doesn't care. And you shouldn't be talking about me doing that. Look at the people in the chat. They're just ripping into them again. Okay, I'm going to go and have a look through the form now because it's now 10 o'clock and I'm hungry and I am wanting to eat food soon. I'm not hungry, I'm just hungry. See if there's anything to this form. Oh, I've got to go to Google Forms myself, don't I? All right, there are responses. Personally, I wasn't expecting a lot, and that's okay. Right, all right. If this is a prediction video, we'll go through it. Let's see.
No, it shouldn't.
It is a prediction video, and it is a Crom Magician. All right, Crom Magician. We're gonna judge you. We're gonna see how badly or how well you did through your calls. And if it's really bad, we'll see why. If not, we're just gonna keep skipping through. So let's restart it to 0. The score debate's 28. I mean, I doubt you're going to get that, unfortunately, but if you can crack into the top 2, I just want to see someone beat the second score of 43, because at the moment, it's True Footy, and it's also the chat from last year in my stream. So, he starts off with Richmond in 18th, fair enough. Then he goes North in 17th, so he's off to a solid start. Then he moves on to predict the D's in 16th place, and he's only off by 2, so you know, still, we're off to a pretty good start. Perfect. Essendon 15th. So that's a difference of 0. So this is like bottom 4 off by 4. I know the bottom 4 and like 4 to 6 was quite easy this year. I certainly found it that way myself, but given Port Adelaide finished 13th, it'll be interesting to see where he puts Port. So West Coast to finish in 14th is a little bit average. Gonna send mine through on Instagram. Okay, I might not go through the score unless you want to go through the score yourself. Go to an AFL game, Demons v Saints, in full Demon shirt and shorts and stuff. Put a blue and red wig on for a punishment. Go to an AFL game, Demons v Saints in a full Demon shirt and shorts and stuff. But put. You just said that the same thing twice. Look, it's ambitious punishment there, mate. You might have to wait for next season though. It's a bit early. All right, in 13th spot is St Kilda. Look, even if this was like the start of the year and I was watching this now, I wouldn't be like offended because I had them like similar spot. Gold Coast 12th. Pretty average. Pretty average. Did I have him jump 5 spots? Let's just see how many points. Oh no, I had to add an extra 1. Video idea for next year: skydive off the roof of the G with a match ball in the grand final, and collab with Queen of Stone Age in the pre-game performance and perform ball tamper parody. Very random. I don't even know how you came up with that, to be honest. Clearly something I won't be able to do though. Adelaide's just a team. Adelaide was that team this year that just sort of rose out of nowhere, and because of the fact that they finished so high is why a lot of people are just already screwed when you've really got to nail Adelaide in your top 6, 7. Oh fuck me, I just said to have any chance. So he's moved to 23 here, Jaden. He had the Dockers not to finish in the 8. I don't think there was a single person that we've watched so far having them outside the 8. So yeah, interesting. All right, 9th spot. You nailed the Bulldogs. Okay, so he's nailed the Doms and the Dogs. I hope he's actually still watching the stream. Carlton in the 8. Could have been worse. Port Adelaide. You know, you can understand the reasoning behind it, I guess. Collingwood in 6 is alright. Yeah, no, that's okay. That's a climb. I'm not sure if 43 is going to be beaten, though. Now, Sydney in 5th is going to lose a few points, or gain a few, I should say. That's going to have to gain you an extra 5, so I don't think there's going to be any chance of you getting 43, unless the top 4 is completely spot on. So in 4th spot is GWS. That's a point of 1. In 3rd place is Hawthorn. That's a spot of 5. In 2nd place is the Lions, which isn't bad. And in 1st place is Geelong. So there's a 50. You can raise the bat. And you can crack in the top 6. Stop getting distracted. I'm focusing on the video. And look, I'm not going to just disregard the live chat, mate. Jaden, Jaden 50. All right, what's the next video? Have we got our own predictions? This could easily be something else, so we'll just quickly see what it is. All right, and are you in the chat, Lachlan? I just wrote down random. Yeah, you did write down random stuff, and to be honest with you, it didn't have anything to do with the video. But that's okay. All right, let's put these headphones back on. Actually, we might not even need headphones for this. If there was a more efficient way of calculating scores, that would be okay. But can we get a score of under 40? All right, let's find something. We're going to have to go in order again. Richmond 18th. Okay, 1. North and... that's a score of 2. Melbourne in 16th. That's a score of 2 to add on to that. So he's on 4. West Coast. 6. Essendon. 7. The Bulldogs in 13th. It's another person that had the Bulldogs outside the top 12. All right, moves to 11. Great call with Port. Keeps him alive with a score of 12. Needing to nail Port, and he has. Don't screw it up here with the Suns, and he has screwed up with the Suns. So he has to add 4. But in 10th, he recovers. Does he? Saints is okay. Difference of 2. That's not a bad call at all with the Swans. Nice shirt. Thanks. I don't wear shirts like these on streams very often, so thank you. Blues in 8. Only off by 2 there. Crows in the top 7. Fair effort. Still have to add a score of 6. The Giants in 6th is only 1 off. The Pies in 5th is also 1 off. The Dockers in 4th is 2 off. The Hawks in 3rd is 5 off. He's got the updated logo. Come on. This is for the 2nd place on the leaderboard and another person with a Cats first. So there you go. That's good. That's good stuff. No, was there any volume in that video? Oh, there was. I just didn't even play it. Alright, I'll chuck you in the leaderboard then of the ladders that we've gone through. So that's a score of 38. Still don't know if that'll be I reckon that could be beaten, but I just don't think 28 is going to even come close at all. How did the Telstra ad end up? When do we get to see it? Good question. Thanks for asking. I will put it together and have it done by Tuesday because I want to have it. I might even post it on the main channel like others were wondering. I probably will do that, but I'll post on all other platforms. Potentially in 20 minutes, I could go through some of the clips to see what they look like if you want on the stream. I was thinking of only doing it if the stream got like real good numbers, and it hasn't gotten real good. It's gotten average, but if you guys want to stick around for 15-20 minutes, maybe we'll do that. I think we'll go another 20 minutes of this, and then after 10:30 for 15 to 20 minutes, we'll go through and look at some of the clips because I haven't gone through them yet fully. I was getting around to doing it though for Tuesday. So Lachlan Calder is currently 2nd in the lead. Bitter says, I had a look at mine and I had the Blues in the top 4. I could maybe have time to look through yours if you wanted. But we are going through these in order.
Today.
Okay. Isn't Steal a Brain Rot Roblox? Apparently that's the most popular game on Roblox. How the fuck is that so goddamn popular? It is embarrassing. Alright, so this is where people are just going to put garbage. Fucking garbage. If you're anyone that even thinks saying this is going to be beneficial to anyone's mental well-being in any sense, then you're the loser. I'm going to just disregard that, but I think I know who said that. Like, this is why I don't fucking like streaming sometimes, because it's like, I try to put in effort to do cool shit or whatever it is, and it's just, people just disregard completely what I have. Like, there's like no one putting actual links, and then I get comments like that. I don't want to read that, and I know who put that in. Alright, Soxy is the next person. How are these going to be even done? I might have to watch it. There's not even any volume. Okay, this was done 10 months. Mate, I can't... This is an impossible video to watch. Is it supposed to be a joke video? Look, if I'm going to give you tips of advice, just make it a little bit easier to actually digest the whole concept of it. It's sort of hard. I didn't make one about mine, but I got 36. That's good. If you had them a bit higher, like if you had them like nailing 7th, you would have been like genuinely 1 or 2 off. I can't read this though, mate. I know finals isn't like what we're going all about on this, but I might just move on to the next one. But thank you for submitting. I mean, you did better than most in the stream, and that person that put in number 7, think about it. Like, I'm normally one not to worry, like care about that sort of stuff, but it's just a nasty thing to say, isn't it? Like, there's no need for that at all. And I think you've got to pull your head in because I know who it is, and if you don't know who it is, just leave it at that. It's all good. All right, we're up next with Sport Fan. It was just very unnecessary and it was very uncalled for. And there's no need for that. Even if you think someone is don't like someone, you don't say that to anyone. And if you're going to say it, show your face behind a comment like that, I would have thought. All right, Richmond 18th. All right, let's start. We'll have to restart the score. Worst for the night, watch. Apparently this is really bad. Alright, so we start off with a score of 1. Oh, you've even got best and fairest in there. That's not bad. That's a little bit of extra effort. Well, we'll just skim through it. Oh, yeah, okay. Shit. Mate, you're in the stream. What was going through your mind having the Crows so low in 16th? That is the worst Adelaide call we've had all stream. Does it get worse? Maybe it does. Now West Coast finishing 15th is all right. At least you've got them there. North in 14th is okay, but having Adelaide so low is going to cost you. The Suns is also going to cost you. You reckon you got 70? All right, we'll see if you got over 70 or not. I think Cookson got 69, but Caden was the worst we've seen from anyone that was genuine with 76. You did well with Port. You did all right with the Dogs. It wasn't too far off where they actually finished. And you had the Bombers a bit higher than most, actually. That's going to cost you a little bit as well. When were these posted? They were posted in March the 2nd. Swans are 9th. So you were good with Sydney and Port, but the bad, like, to be honest with you, fucking fair if you had the Saints in 8. That's optimism for whatever reason you had them in the 8. The Giants is okay. The Pies in the 6 isn't too bad. Nick Dacos being the B&F winner was close, but Darcy Cameron won it. And Freo in 5th also isn't too bad as well. This isn't as bad as I actually thought from the start, but Carlton in 4th will weigh you back a little bit. They finished 10th. Brisbane finished 3rd. Hawthorn finished... No, they didn't finish 2nd. They finished 8th. So... oh, wait. Did I add an extra 2 to that? I'll have a look. Real quick. Oh, no. Yeah. You're on 60. Just going to get the right score. Carlton finished 11th. Why do I keep thinking they finished 10th then? Yeah, all right. Sorry. I keep forgetting that they didn't finish 11th. Or they did. Yeah, they finished 10th for some reason. Thank you for fact-checking. So I'm just going to... Do I leave it at that? Yeah, I think that's what he's on. All right, 61. And then he had the Cats. Tom Stewart was a bit of a call. And then the Cats playing the Hawks in the grand final, I guess isn't like the worst call either. Neither is Jeremy Cameron. And that's not a bad call either. Actually, no, wait, that's Sid Draper. I thought that was Dan Curtin. Everyone's got fucking Sam. Why is everyone going Draper all the time? All right, so 61. Or was it 62 because the Cats finished first? Yeah, it was. So that doesn't even crack into the top 7. But I'll put your score in. So what we'll do is we'll go through the form and then we might move on to something else just to finish off the stream. And then, yeah, that'll probably be it. So if you want to go through the ones you did, feel free to chuck them in the chat. In the form that's pinned currently. That message was just someone... No, maybe it was. But I don't subscribe to the idea that people just say something because they're jealous. They probably don't like me. But... Like, it's more just to try and get under my skin. So we're just going to... Like, I'm sure we're going to... This is fucking Davidoff Productions. But, like, let's just say we go through the next few responses. We'll probably get another thing like that. Like, you know what I mean? Like, show your face behind it, mate. Like, keep putting in messages like that. Do it. Like, you're not helping yourself as a person by doing that. It's the same guy that did it probably before. Wants me to get a life even though I've done nothing. Like, what have I done? Yeah, okay, so someone wanted me to react to the Davidoff one. Sure, we'll go skim through this. There might be something behind why this is a good one to watch. Sticky Nicky, yeah, let's say we got 100. We're almost there. We're actually 5 away. Jesse, yeah, maybe we'll go through yours at the end as well. All right, let's restart the scores. I want to find something really, really good. I want to find a top scorer like 40 plus because it was an easier year, but it also wasn't like super easy either. So Richmond 18th, North 17th.
Do that.
Okay. Remember, I gotta remember that the Blues didn't finish 10th; they finished 11th. So yeah, North were one off there, and Essendon finishing 16th here. They end up 15th. So all right, good start. So we went West Coast in 15th. Move on now to 14th, and that's Melbourne. So that was actually spot on. A few people have been spot on with Melbourne so far in this. Sydney to finish 13th. That is as low as I've seen anyone have Sydney in any fucking prediction. Well, there you go. I mean, it's still a 3 off difference, so it could be worse. It isn't the worst, and he's gotten St Kilda bang on as well. This is a solid start. This is a really solid start. Port Adelaide finishing 11th. Holy shit. West Coast is 3. Oh. Okay, all right. Thank you for letting me know. All right, I'll put in an extra 2 then for the power. So we're at 11th spot on the ladder. He's only on 11 points. He is genuinely contending for my score of 28 here. All right, let's go to 10th.
I've spoken about them just now. In 10th place, the Western Bulldogs.
Shit! All right, we could be on. They finished 9th. He moves to 12. He's got to just not predict Adelaide. Just wait with Adelaide. Wait with Adelaide.
Always harsh on that I haven't mentioned yet, and some of you probably know who I'm talking about, and you're probably thinking the next one is 9th. He better say that team next, or something's wrong. Someone's hacked Davidoff. This is a clone. In 9th place.
It was a fair run. I don't think you can get any higher than 28, or lower, I should say, if you don't have the Crows in the top 8. He does go for Hawthorn. He went to the grand final this year without anyone knowing. And, I thought it was a good video, actually, the whole experience and all that. But he did mention a few times in that how, it would have been cool if he went and the Suns are here in, I think, 8th. So that's another one if the Hawthorn Hawks made it for his sake. So he had the Suns in the 8. Unfortunately, he's got the Blues up there. That's going to hurt him a little bit. They finished 11th, not 10th. The Dockers in 6th was also a pretty good one. In fact, that actually was accurate. So that's bang on. Hawthorn in 5th. Yeah, he didn't overrate the Hawks as much as some other people have. as a fan of the team. So whoever submitted this, I don't know if it was Luke or someone else. Collingwood in 4th? Shit. Brisbane 3rd? Giants in 2nd. All right, I've got to add 3 on that one. Yeah, no, this is very, very close to being the best prediction I've seen. Very, very, very close. And this guy lives on the other side of the country. So the Cats obviously finishing first there. So Lachlan, he's now not in the second spot because it's going to Davidoff Productions and he's not even watching this goddamn stream. I didn't even know it was that good. I just put the Davidoff in. Congrats. That's a good score. That might be the second best we'll ever get. He nailed Port Adelaide, and he could have gotten better with if Carlton was lower and the Crows were higher as well. I enjoyed the grand final vlog. I probably couldn't get away with putting a grand final vlog like that for a channel where people have a lot of people that watch my content, even some in the chat, have a attention span of not very long, and you need flashy editing every now and then. But for the grand final, I was always going to sort of drag out a little bit longer. But he put in the whole experience, a good hour plus video, so I did enjoy that. The whole trip was included. Dang, where'd you put Adelaide finishing? Dog, where did you put Adelaide finishing? Me, I went through this at the start very briefly, but I did have them 6th. And I'm pretty sure I had them 9th at the very start, but I changed from that 9 to 6. Do you think you will win a Guinness World Record? Not in a fucking... The thing with Guinness World Records is I wouldn't mind watching the video about this actually on the stream, but we probably won't. Guinness World Records, they've sort of lost their prestige, I guess, in a way, because now it's like people just pay for it. It's just like if you really want a Guinness World Record, you just pay a decent amount of money and you can probably get a record. And people are just getting records for the most ludicrous of things. But if you want to get a genuine record and you don't want to pay the excess, whatever it is, then you have to wait ages for them to actually get back to you and all that crap. So, like people getting records for the most stupid and most, very randomly specific reasons, and it's not worth being in the book for that. So obviously I wouldn't bother trying to get a record for this, and I don't even think they're going to... You wouldn't even get a world record for the best Premier League predictions either. It's not something you get a record for. Most amount of grounds attended in a season. I also would like to know if anyone else did that this year, but I heavily doubt it. And if someone may have even come close, there's no way they would have documented it all, because if they would have, I would have seen it. Geez, we've got a few more responses here. Now, Skipper, what score did you say you got? Because if you said you got one in the already got a score, I could just put it down without having to watch. The only one I got correct was Collingwood. Do you know what score you got? Because if you do, I won't have to calculate it myself. It'd save me time. I'll just quickly skim through. So you had Richmond last. Well, everyone did. Melbourne, really? 17th. 16th West Coast. 15th North. So it's not a terrible start. None were like perfect yet. I don't think we're going to get any until you said Collingwood. Gold Coast, Sydney, that's all right. Sydney was all right. St Kilda, the Giants. The Giants to miss. That's the first I've seen of anyone having that to their name. Port in 8th. Hawthorn 7th. Nice. So you went Adelaide really optimistically this season in 6th spot. But you had Collingwood 4th, but Carlton 3rd. Yeah, that really did let you down, that pick. But Geelong seemed to be everyone's number one pick. I reckon most people had them in that spot. If you remember what amount you got, I might as well just see if you're not even in the top 7, there's no point. We're only looking now for good scores, so I don't think that's a top 7 worthy score at all. All right, is this a prediction video or is this just a it's a stupid video. Of course it is. A YouTube short. Well, I doubt it. Yeah. Right, so I'm not going to click on that. I just don't trust that link. I think we already saw. No, we didn't see this one. AFL Tube. Yep. All right. We'll restart it then. Now I say I'll go through all this stuff in the form, but it is almost 10:30. So what else have we got? Whoever said that, thank you. But thank you again, whoever wrote that. Geez, I wasn't expecting people to actually put those in. Again, thank you. And then someone just put, oh, that was Luke's. Brisbane, Geelong, Giants, Hawthorn. Whoever that person is, I don't care. I don't know him. You know, hilarious, mate. I hope to God you're not older than like 16. I hope you're like 13, and it's like, all right, maybe as a 13-year-old, that's sort of funny. Maybe we'll just we'll watch the AFL Tube one, and then I'd be down to. We got 92 in chat, so of course the viewers start climbing now. I don't know why. Maybe we'll go through and I'll show you guys some of the clips. I won't start editing them, but we can go through and find the best clips if you want. So let me know if you want me to. All right, 3 options or 4 options, but I know what you won't pick. So the one option is continue just going through predictions and finding a low score. I'm not 100% sure if this is something you guys are finding that entertaining or if it's something that's getting repetitive. And that's fine. Like, just for next time. Second option, we stop very soon in like 5 minutes. We watch this one, then we'll go and we'll go through all the clips from yesterday, and we'll kind of compare the two together to see how accurate they were. That could be an idea. Third option is maybe react to some other videos for a bit, or talk about other topics for like 30 minutes, like a Just Chatting. Or the last option's end the stream and call it there. But I assume most people don't want me to do that. So I think we'll do the AFL Tube one. And which one was the AFL Tube one? Was it this one? Yep. First option, enjoying seeing... Okay. Well, I'll go through this one. We'll keep... If you are watching, I'd love to know what you want... on the stream, because I'm open to ideas. And I probably should start having stream suggestion, some sort of a thing where I can be open for that, if anyone has like a really good idea that they might want to see, because I enjoy the streams. And no one does enough for them in the community anymore. All right, Richmond won. 17th they finished. West Coast, they finished 18th, so that's 2. North to finish 16th, they finished 16th. Good start. In 15th was Essendon. 2 from 2. This is the best start we've seen so far. Melbourne in 14th. They finished 14th. That is 3 from 3. If Port Adelaide finished 13th on this stream, what will I do? I will give away $40 to some random person in the chat. But surely not, right? I mean, it wasn't a far one. It was not a far call. They didn't finish 13th, but they finished 12th, the Saints. Corbin, I don't reckon that's going to happen. I still don't reckon that's going to happen. They still have to be... AFL Tube needs to get Adelaide relatively close, and Port can't be higher than 8th, I don't reckon. So what's 12th? See, that's where it's going to start slipping, because they finished 7th. 11th place is Adelaide. Nope. Corbin in two spots right, just right like that. He's fucked it, and he can't get better than 28 now, because he's got the Crows in 11th, and they finished. Obviously, they finished first, so I think that's 10. Forgot what I had before. I think I had 8. Yeah, so he's on 18. All right, he didn't do so bad with Port. This will be interesting. Can he crack into the top 4? The Bulldogs finished 9th. Good stuff. That's three perfect calls. The Pies finished 4th, so that's off by 4. Freo didn't finish too far from 7th. Carlton certainly finished a bit far from 6th, so You can add 5 to that, and now that's certainly not going to be a score of 32. Sydney finished 10th, so you're going to have to add another 6. Sorry, a 5. Hawthorn didn't finish 4th. They finished 8th. So after a pretty good start, slipping away, but he's nailed Brisbane and he's also nailed Geelong and GWS. So honestly, in terms of the guys, well, not the guys, but in terms of the ones I've watched, it wasn't the best in total score. That ended up being 45, so it just cracks into the top 7. However, it got the best in terms of the most dead set, like perfect spots of the ladders. That's 5. That's the most I've seen. I don't think I've seen anyone with any higher than that. That's solid. It's actually pretty good. Yeah, so I've watched a bunch. I'm getting almost sick of watching ladder predictions, to be honest. So what do you guys want? Do we keep going? I think there's probably not much more to go, to be honest. Anyways, like, I could obviously just go through some other content creators ones, like some of the bigger ones. Fuck. But I don't know. I don't know if I want to actually go and do any more. Finish the rest. I think something else. I personally would want something else. Look, I only asked if, for whatever reason, everyone was like, nah, yep, keep going, keep going, keep going. But if people really cared that much, we wouldn't, I wouldn't be asking the question. So I'll go do it. I'll go and get the clips now. But we're not going to be live for that much longer. Sorry, mine was bad, no sound. I was worried my housemate might come and ruin it. Your housemate? I thought... Oh, I'm not gonna judge. No, I'm not gonna judge. Alright, I'm gonna copy across the clips in very shortly. Giants first, that's 4 instead of 5. Oh, well, I'll go back then if that's true. Did I add an extra point? Oh, yeah, what the hell? You're right. I don't think it changes much, though. It sort of does. It sort of just puts the amount to an equal. So equal 6. Cheers for letting me know that then there, mate. Otherwise, I wouldn't have picked up on that. All right, so we'll have we'll go through the clips then. I haven't really shown you guys what they look like. Yes, we did go through them, but we'll go through to see which ones are keep and which ones are remove, and then we'll when we finish that, we're done, and then I'll start editing them, obviously. But we'll start the process because I think this could be interesting. Probably more interesting than just doing like the stream in itself and having all these takes and it taking ages. You'll get all the good stuff all in one. Alright, so I'm just copying the footage now as we speak. Sarah, as well, I don't think we got many more even if we wanted to continue. Like, we would have probably gotten 1 or 2 more, so we're just sort of getting a little bit repetitive. Why do you think Nick Dacos didn't win the Brownlow? He didn't have as good as a season as everyone made out to be honest. But he probably should have won it over Rao, just because I don't think Rao had that sort of a year. He still probably had I reckon Rao had an underrated year until the Brownlow, and then he became overrated because no one thought he deserved it, which I sort of feel bad because I don't hate Rao. I like the guy. I think we all like the guy. I don't reckon there's anyone that hates Rao. So how many clips did I end up... Oh, you can't see my screen, but I'm just copying them now. We ended up with 77 clips, but they didn't actually take up too much storage because they're all like little short ones. All right, so this will be easy to copy across then, which is good. Rao was go-to this year. I mean, I still thought that Anderson was better, and he probably was better. But the umpires saw it a little bit differently because he's, that contested player. So That's who the umpires sort of say. That's kind of why Cripps was given so many last year, which does obviously make sense. All right, copy the clips now. Some guy put an NBS Man Cave vid earlier. Yeah, right. I was gonna say it looks similar to MBS Man Cave, but I didn't really know. I just skipped past it. How do people even know about MBS Man Cave? Well, I know I've talked about him on the odd stream like ages ago, but seriously, people still talk about the bloke? Yeah, I think he's Indian as well. He does he makes content on beer and alcohol. So he makes interesting content. Right, well, I guess we'll wrap it up for the stream. Hopefully, well, not the whole stream, sorry, but this part of the stream. Hopefully you sort of enjoyed it, but I don't know. I guess I don't know if that's the case. We'll add a display capture. Didn't you and Geordie used to troll him in 2020? During lockdown, maybe, but how the fuck do you know all this stuff? Alright, I'll rephrase it. How do you remember this all? Do 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 do. Okay. So all of the clips are on the camera, apart from the ones on the GoPro, but that's okay. Let's go through the ones that are good and the ones that are bad. And it's going to be pretty easy to do so because it's just go through the most recent clip of that scene. Will you score my predictions? We've probably moved on from that now, unfortunately, but that's okay. Thank you for putting the video in. It was just a bit hard to go through, like really difficult. And even if I did score them, I'll be honest with you wouldn't have come close. I saw you had Gold Coast 17th and Collingwood like 18th, so I thought it was just a joke prediction. If you're trolling, good work, but if you're not trolling, like, you would not have come close. I'm just telling you that now. If you were trying to get the highest score possible, then you may have come close to that. I don't know. Alright. Get the stream back up. Surely Telstra would reshare something like this. I'll tag them. I will tag them to see what they do. But putting the clips together sounds easy, but there will be bits where I have to like add effects and crap. So we're not doing obviously all that shit tonight, but I just want to put them through together. So let's add the sound. All right, this is what we're gonna do. This is what we're gonna do. Can you see my screen? Oh, you can. Cool. All right, if you've just joined us, we've moved on. We're doing something else for a little bit. I'm actually excited to see how this is going to turn out. VC English exams in 2 days. Yeah, well, good luck. I'm not sure if that's the first exam or the last one or a middle one, but I remember when I did my exams, it was the first one, which is probably the better one because it's better to have the... I thought that was the most daunting of the entire exams to get done. So I'm glad that it was done first. Trying to find the right folder. Hold up. Still the first one, get it out of the way. Oh, it's good. All right. Well, so you are in year 12 then. I was just wondering if you just... I don't know why it's sad, I guess, if you're not in year 12. Look, if you know the content, like you would have done already exams similar to that. You've done practice exams, like 3 essays in a row, and I think you had to do that for year 11 as well. I think, yeah, year 11 you would have had to do 3, which sounds shit, and it isn't great, but it could be worse. All right, let's see how I went then. So what I'm going to do is, chat, can you see the screen? You can. I'm going to get rid of this current score, and I'm going to get rid of that, and I'm probably just going to get rid of this as well. But congratulations to me, but really, Davidoff production, for his predictions. We'll put that on the bottom right. How did this whole bloody 5.5 hours of filming turn out? I am not going to add all the special effects tonight, clearly, but I want to see... I guess how they compare frame by frame. And I want to show you guys as well, because you guys might want to know, because if you were on the stream, you probably would want to know because it took ages. So I'll put this on the bottom of the screen. This is where like a little bit of, you got to really use your editing skills for this, because there are bits where you got to have to like clip together. And fucking hell, what have I done? I've got to really adjust this and put it in the right spot. Music's... Why does it keep going out of frame? We didn't actually film this part. The alarm. I don't know if I'll use just this or if you can use something else, but... So... Alright, let's find the clip then. This is where the magic comes to life. This was the... this would have been the best one we had. Obviously, get rid of the audio. I get the part of me jumping out of bed. So I don't know. If it's not like frame by frame correct, then I'm gonna have to like speed it up or slow it down. Probably. So at this point, I'm gonna clip it here. All right. Let's see what it looks like. Premiere Pro is real slow right now because I've got like 10 tabs open. I might close this one. Alright, I might need to speed that up. Oh shit, this is really slow. I might need to speed this up because look. The guy was already... See how he's already stood up. So maybe just speed this bit up. What if I speed it to like 1:15 or something? Yeah, well, I've got to speed that up even more. Because the way he gets up, he gets up so much more swiftly than I did. I sort of did a double bounce. What if it's a 1:35 speed? This is just the first frame for those wondering. I mean, I guess it could work. I mean, look, you got... And then the yawn. Let's make it 1:62 or 1:63. And let's add this frame. I just want to see what this looks like. I won't be adding any of the editing techniques though. So it's just like, all right, that probably cuts there. And then there's the bedroom scene. So how does that look? I would have fixed the lighting because the lighting looks a lot crap, a lot more darker in this one, and it should be a lot lighter. That first shot took... It probably took the longest out of any. And I don't know if that's good or bad. So this is in my bedroom already. And like the door frame sort of like comes across. I'll obviously edit that later, but like just add that there for now. So then it starts the door frame. Let's just put the door frame here. So this is the door frame. I thought we actually made alright work of this one. I thought this was actually one of the better scenes. This took a bit of time to film. I know that. So you could almost have to zoom this part in just for the sake of the clip. Is it on with timing? Remember, you can just speed it up. You can slow it down. Let's see. And then it like changes shot kind of. So it's like maybe from here you change the angle. What's the time? 10:49. So I'll go through like the first 5 or 6. I hope you guys can actually see what I'm doing. And I know you can. Then this is what we did at the end. So we got another angle, which is good. What's the Google Doc for? It was for something we were doing before, but it's not going to be anything of use anymore. It was for people to put their predictions that I could go through and see what score they got, tally them up. So the ones we went through, I got the highest score. Davidoff actually got the second highest. Lachlan Calder was someone who got the third. Then on a stream I did last year, actually, got equal third and fourth. So equal fourth and sixth there. We're not doing that anymore. Look, if you joined a bit earlier, yes, but I'm about to wrap it up. People wanted me to go and look at some of these clips before I ended the stream. And that like sort of transitions into the crossway a little bit. So maybe I put that here. You got 22. Well, if you got 22, I'd be happy to go and have a look at them. But I need to see proper evidence though, like genuine evidence. Like I don't want to half-assed like image that semi-proves that you did it. Like, I want to really say you did it. So if you did it, maybe I will have a look, but I'm going and cutting this a little bit. Maybe that needs to be a little bit more extended. You took a screenshot before the season started. A screenshot of what though? Put it in then. Put it in the forms. I'll have a look at that image at the end. See if I can actually... I need to mess you about this week. Yes, yeah, do that. Did that... I won't say who, but did that guy respond that I think you were with? And then I like the bush. So I have like, I'll fade the bush in. So this is the part where I walk near the bush. He can do it if we change plans. Let me know then. It's all right if we, as long as it's on that day, I'm okay with it. But even if it's on another day, I guess it's okay. Pause, you prick. I've got to be like in the bushes at this point. So the bushes might have to start coming in a little bit earlier. So I'm going to have to like do a little chroma key. What's the time? 10:53. Jeez, I kind of want to just finish this. Maybe members only thing afterwards. Or maybe tomorrow. Maybe just finish it off tomorrow. I can't put the image through. How are you going to prove it then, mate? It's going to be a little bit difficult then if you don't have a way of doing so. You can DM it. Yeah, alright, if you want. This is so slow. How many of... Oh yeah, this one took a while as well, I remember. It took... It did take a while. Sounding more and more sus. Yeah, I don't know if I think you did get... I would personally not believe you got 22 myself. But like, if you're gonna want this to look really proper, it is needing a little bit of touch up, because it's currently like, you got the clips there, you can sort of see it, but you've got to really make sure it actually works a little bit better, so the editing sort of like make it smooth and all that shit. Yeah, that's okay actually. I could maybe even make that a little bit slower, but I should have the head. I think the head needed to be in frame a little bit more, but it's really like, I don't think people are going to get pissed off that it's so fucking... That's not perfect. There won't be anyone pissed about that, I don't reckon. And if they are, well... It's on them, not me. Alright, so this would have to be slowed down a little bit. 10:56. Alright, we're going to go 1090 for the speed. It's a little bit unstable. That's solid. Once it's a bit smoother. Once it's a bit smoother, exactly, yeah. I kind of wish, now that I see this back, that this was... The angle was shot higher for longer. Alright, what's that? Let's find the log clip now. How's it going, Callan? Not bad, mate. I am actually quite hungry, so I probably should wrap up the stream very soon. I did say I was going to get till 10:30, and we've been live for 3 hours. So what I'll do is I'll leave it there, but this will be like a surprise. Sort of when it's ready, and it'll be ready soon. So will another video I've been working on for a bit. That'll be ready soon. So hopefully the aim is to have this one out the Tuesday and that one out on the Monday. I don't like posting at all on weekends. I do not like posting at all on weekends. But if I have to, I have to. But I just prefer to post on weekdays. Did you eat much today? Look, honestly, it wasn't the best day of all that shit. So I'm gonna have a big meal now. After the stream. Definitely hungry. So yeah, definitely not that much. Probably a little bit on the less side of the amount that I wanted to, but that's okay because I'll just do that now. But someone just DM'd me about the prediction, so I did hold his word to it. I said if it's true, it's true. I'll let you know. But I'll need to really prove that it's true. So I'll have a look for it, mate. You didn't send me where'd you send the photo on? Or have you sent it yet? Oh, okay. I've seen a message. You DK? My video. Are you DK? Alright, just send I've accepted your request, so just send the photo. And we'll see if I can actually verify it. Otherwise, it's gonna be a bit difficult. So put it in. When you get the chance though, Andy. Right, so you sent the photo, but problem being, mate, and I will zoom myself in, problem being, you haven't really proven me that you did this at all before the season started. You very well could have, but all he sent me was just a screenshot of Swiggle, and it doesn't give me a date at all. You've just given me your predictions. Like, if you're going to do your predictions, right, you need proof that you've actually made them before the season started. Otherwise, anyone could say that. Now, I know you're now going to say, I swear it was, but I unfortunately, you just can't believe that. So if you did that, you did that. If you think it's true for you, but there's no verification that it's true at all. Like, look at your look at 11th to 15. Look at this. How do I prove it? Well, there isn't a way of proving it if you didn't actually. I don't know why you'd have predictions just written down. Or in your head. Like, surely you would have had some sort of documentation that you made them before the start of the year. Again, I don't know why you want to lie about it, but I just can't prove it. It's as simple as that. It's just unfair for the other people, and then anyone could just do that. You need verification. So this is his ladder he sent me. He got a score of 22. Obviously a really freaking good score. But, like, how do we know that wasn't just made now? So that's all I'm going to say on that. And I'm going to leave it at that. So if you want to find a way to prove it, I don't know, maybe on another stream. When will next be live? I wonder. When will it be? Look, I want to do something if I can on the weekday, but it's just figuring out what works, what people actually want to watch, what will be worth my time. Do I go back to old roots? Do I play AFL 26? Feel like talking footy doesn't feel right. It doesn't seem like it's something that people actually enjoy as much because I don't get proper chats. You might have a document of this. Well, quickly, because I'm about to wrap it up. I mean, IRL streams, I'll keep thinking of cool ideas with that. I've got one next Saturday. But apart from that, like, yeah, that'll be probably it. I won't talk about that now, Hugo. We're just about to wrap it up. This guy is kind of, like, he's playing on my strings here. I don't want to wait longer just because you've got a bloody image. Send it through quickly so I can see if you've even got anything. I won't wait any longer than a minute. I'm not waiting any... Actually, you know what? If you've got a proper thing, just send it to me and I'll mention it next time I do a video or stream. But I'm not doing it now. So thank you all for tuning in. And yeah, that'll be the stream.